You won't have to plow. Oh, great. Matt. Hi there. Thank you for coming to our channel. Please like and subscribe if you like.
The first thing that was part of our video was you'll have to plow. So that's perfect. So
time to plow.
Okay. So we are starting with your guys' training time. So there are two roleplay segments that you guys have that are separate from your training time if you don't know what you want. So we can start with that if you want, or we can just hop right into training time. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm pretty sure I know what I want for the first one, but I don't know what to spend on the second one.
Yeah, you have 3 points.
I think I know. Actually.
Okay. So what do you want?
I want to be able to fly. I want to be able to use high caliber sniper rifles.
Okay.
And I would like to learn something that would make me even harder to kill. I have heavy armor, I have dodge. So what would you be able to give me to make it even worse for you?
What you could have. Well, you could have I don't know.
I'm guessing I can't get more hits because that would ruin your HP system.
Yeah, unfortunately the HP system works the way that it works.
Yeah.
So you can't like improve your ability to take more hits, but you can improve your ability to like you can do that thing that supposedly spies can do where they get resistant to poisons and things of that nature, so you take less damage from poison.
Can I get something like called Shield Master? I can carry a shield. You've seen the shield that I wanted for Boris in Shadowrun. Which, by the way, when are we going to play that again? Because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
And,
it seems like I work every Sunday, so it's just not working
out. So the shield that I talked about is basically you just it's kind of like a hidden blade, only like it's a big square on your arm, and then you just flick your wrist in a special way, and then it just turns into like Captain America shield, and then you can make it go back again automatically.
Okay.
So like Shield Master, which maybe gives me 1 or 2 extra dice every time I have it up and something tries to kill me. But I cannot use large weapons. So...
Yeah, sure. You can't use two-handed weapons. I'll give you that.
Which basically means I should also learn myself, like, maybe submachine guns or something. Or...
Well, currently, all you have is two-handed weapons.
Assault rifle, yeah.
Yeah. So, either you'll have to switch out your sniper rifles, or switch out something else if you want a different weapon.
I want shield mastery, single-handed weapons, and sniper rifle.
Okay, so you're ditching fly for now.
Ditching fly for now.
Okay. That's fine. So you are told to report to the training room since you've expressed interest. And they put you through a few rounds of combat training. So, like, there's a few different areas where you can train. You can train against the stuffed animal, which you've already done before, but you can train using these weapons against it if you wish. You can train in the anti-harm room if you so wish. There is an entire room where you get hurt realistically. However, it doesn't seem to harm you. So, like, somebody snaps your neck, and your neck snaps, but then you just seem to be fine afterward. So, you can try to train there. There's a few other places, like, it depends on what you're training for, but if you're training with weapons, those two would be the best places to train.
So I'm guessing the hardest one would be the stuffed animal, right?
Well, that one, it's very, it depends on if you actually want the full range of it or not. Like, the stuffed animal can summon creatures that look like bees. So it depends on if you want the actual creature to be there or not.
The actual stuffed animals or just the bees?
Yeah, those are the two things that it can do.
I'm gonna go with the hardest ones. With the hardest one, which I guess is the stuffed animal.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. They put up the video of the crying child again, and it summons back up, and you try your best. I'll just say that you managed to succeed because of the things that you're training in. You're just going to be so hard to hit anyway. So, yeah, you succeed. Yeah, so you're just trained in the shield, light weapons, yeah. Yep, so you're good. After a couple rounds of training against this thing, you feel more confident that you are able to use these weapons in the field. And the shield, of course. So you get to choose 3 types of sniper rifles, and you get to choose 3 types of single-handed weapon. Which I assume you meant, like, submachine gun.
Maybe, maybe not.
Because technically, like, swords
you know
are
me.
one thing, handguns are another thing, and submachine guns are a completely different thing. So you have to choose one of those.
You said I could choose 3.
Yeah, you get to choose 3 of those subtypes from those subtypes.
Oh, okay. In that case, handguns.
Okay. You can choose 3 types of handguns. And you have 3 dice to see if you can already know how to use it as soon as you pick up a different weapon. It's the same as your other weapons that you have. And same with sniper rifles. 3 different types of sniper rifles. So I'll let you mull around with that.
Hmm.
So
So how many extra die do I get when I have shield up?
you get 2.
Get 2, okay. So in total, I have 4. No, how many die do I have with heavy armor? It's been a while.
You have 6.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm giving you 8.
20 plus 2d20?
I may regret that later, but
Maybe, but it's only 2d20, man. You can just create something that will really fuck me up. And every time I use any of the guns that I know, I have 60-20 as well. Or how many
any of the
D20s?
guns, you have 3d20 when you fire.
Okay.
The reason you have 8 is because you have the ability to dodge, so that's 3 dice, plus your armor, which adds another 3 dice, and then your shield. So you can
Short
start thinking about the types of sniper rifles and handguns you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
As
I
long
will
as
do
you
that.
only remain to those three, unless if you've rolled for it. If you roll for it and know how to use it, then I'll give it to you. But
Okay.
those three you definitely know how to use. So if you encounter like just a random like space age weapon or something in the field, you might not know how to use it. But you have 3 dice to determine whether or not you know how to use it. So, switch over to Lonnie's character, which is Martha.
Martha. Do you remember that skit from I Love Lucy? Martha. Martha.
You referenced it before. That's the reason I know
Okay.
what it is.
Oh, okay. I remember that again. I really don't. Can you tell me more about this? Because
Sure.
just
So I'll explain it again. The basics. Since you completed the first mission,
Mhm.
you have 3 training points basically.
Okay.
And since you took the supernatural one, the supernatural class,
Mhm.
you can spend your points in either getting new supernatural skills or getting mundane skills, like the ability to drive better and those sorts of things. So this is
Okay.
in addition to the skills that you already have.
Right. People really like me.
Yeah, apparently. So you can get some new supernatural skills, or you can just get some mundane skills, like the ability to fix electronics and things like that.
What would Martha Stewart do? My cooking can I could turn stuff that was rancid into like a gourmet meal. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't turn it into stuff with different ingredients, but you can make the
Right.
ingredients that you use better. Or worse, depending on what you want.
Or worse. Touche.
Yeah, you can make them worse, which gives, like, if somebody eats a meal that you made worse, it's similar to poison. So,
Okay. I don't really know much about Martha Stewart. So
well, if you want some, you could just go off your like, go away from your source material if you want, and just
right. I know I could be off.
get some new stuff that might be helpful.
Can I stew on this for a few moments? Because while you were talking to Preben, I was trying to, and nothing was coming.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So,
How about one of them is gardening, so that way I can make my own foods, and if we're ever out abandoned somewhere, I could or foraging.
so
Plant knowledge.
do you want a supernatural ability or a regular ability? As in, do you want to be able to, like, germinate seeds instantly or something like that? Or are you looking for more, if we're lost in a forest, I can find things that we can eat?
If I can germinate seeds right away, do they become full-fledged plants or
Yes.
that go to fruit and everything?
Yes. But you require the seeds to do so.
Yes.
So you want that?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So you can have that. You have 2 more skill points. And if you want to learn how to use a weapon or gain armor, you have to spend 2 points just because it's not part of your class.
Let me stew on the other two.
Okay. Sure.
Thanks.
So, while she's thinking, we'll do Preben's little roleplay stuff.
By the way, does it even matter what weapon I choose? Damage-wise?
Damage-wise, not entirely.
Okay, because I chose a Verfra Selska. That is one of my handguns. Do you want to
Okay.
see a picture of it?
Let me see.
That is the gun and the bullets. It holds 4 of them.
Yes. So, basically, like,
You know what they're used for?
probably like elephant hunting or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Figures. So, Geo's character took handguns, and he has a handgun that takes shotgun ammo. So yeah, I'll just say that it's pretty much the same as that.
Okay.
But yes, you
And
can
then
have
I
that.
also took a Glock 18, which is a fully auto handgun.
Yep.
9mm.
Yep. Fine.
And a Desert Eagle, of course.
Okay. Those are perfectly fine choices. But when it comes to the damage system, you can't do over a certain amount with one hit. So it won't matter. There is a max limit on how much a single hit can do. You can't instantly kill somebody with a single shot.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that most of your enemies are going to be skilled in combat. So, unless if you're just like walking up to a random civilian and shooting them, then the damage system is going to apply.
Makes sense.
But if you're walking up to a random person and shooting them, then
And I might be out of a job, I know.
yes, but also a different damage system applies to people who are not familiar with combat. But any enemy that is at least passingly familiar with combat has this damage system, which we've discussed. They don't have to be majorly skilled in combat to have it, but they still need to know at least basic combat abilities. Okay, so you can start thinking on your sniper rifles.
I
Why?
already picked up 2 of them.
Okay. And I'm willing to extend you, like, rifles that don't technically have scopes on them and stuff like that, if you so wish. But since you're skilled in sniper rifles, if you added a scope to them, you would still be skilled in them.
Okay.
So, like the M1 Grand, the World War II weapon, is
Yeah.
technically a rifle, so you could learn that as part of your sniper rifle skill, but basic ones wouldn't have scopes on them. You would have to add one. Things of that nature.
Yeah. But I'm guessing since I have 3 of all the other weapons, I guess I can choose 3 of the assault rifles too, right?
Yeah, you said that you took at least one.
Yeah, I
I know
took
that.
1. That's because I didn't know about the 3 before now.
Yeah, that's okay. You can take 2 more, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to know what snipers I took? Doesn't even matter.
As long as you are familiar with what they are, and when you go to use one, I know what it is, you're good.
Okay. Because I took the two of the largest caliber sniper rifles in the world and the one that can take the longest shots.
Those are good.
Basically, just that.
Okay, that's fine.
One of them are made to destroy tanks, by the way.
Yes. And I will take that into account if that is how you wish to use it. Because, like I said, there's going to be space age weapons. So, if you come across one, they're going to have similar abilities, perhaps.
Yeah, so what do you want me to do?
Okay, so if you've chosen all of your weapons, and that's out of the way, there is a roleplay segment.
I'll just look at the assault rifles after the roleplay, so Lonnie can roleplay style and do.
Yeah, so this is your roleplay segment, Kraben.
This is my roleplay segment.
Yes.
I can choose what I want to do.
Yes, so you have a day off.
Sweet.
This is regardless of training. So you have a day off. Is there anything in particular you would like to pursue? Otherwise, I can just throw you into a situation that is going to happen regardless.
No, I don't think so. I guess I'll just be chilling in the bunks, drinking with Lanky and Rosa and Wince.
Yep. All right.
I mean, Rosa is like 200 years old, right? So I give her a boost.
Yeah. She looks like a child, but she is not, and that is the only thing that you're aware of. So, because she is very coy with how she deals with you. And she very much enjoys screwing with you. So, yeah, so you guys are hanging out. And after you guys have a relatively good time. Oh, and by the way, for Joachim's sake, Lanky is a gray alien. And he exists on the compound where you live. Or where you work. So you are aware of his existence.
He is pretty cool.
Yeah, so there is a gray alien that works where you work. So, just so you're aware. For context. So, yeah, you guys are hanging out. And it gets late into the night. You pass out eventually. You wake up. And the room is empty. And the reason you wake up is because you hear the revving of a car engine.
Inside the room?
From where you currently are. It appears to be coming from outside of the room, but you can hear it within the room.
Not this fucker again.
You can hear it.
Mm-hmm. I will go investigate. I will equip my shield and... yeah, I'm scared, so I'm gonna use the... I can't even pronounce the name of the gun. The Sally. I'm just gonna call it the Sally. That's the big revolver I sent you.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
That'll pretty much kill anything. I guess.
Alright. You walk over to the door. You slowly open the door. You exit the room, and you're in a familiar garage. You see
Same
the
garage.
car in the middle of the garage.
I talk to the fucking car and ask what it fucking wants.
I need a way in.
Way in where?
Where do you think?
You know, I could just destroy her engine block, right? And I kind of just shows it the gun.
He goes, "You realize this isn't the real world, right?"
What?
Oh, so you thought that you teleported to South America?
In South America?
Yeah, that's where you were. You were in the jungles of South America for a few months, and then you drove on a road until you got to a place that was covered in ice, that had giant bumblebees.
Yeah, that's right. So, you're telling me that you're just a figment of my imagination? Because I do not recall drinking absinthe before I did go to bed.
Not quite. However, if I want your weapon to do something, it would. But if I don't, it won't.
So, basically, what I'm saying is that he can control everything in this world.
You have a feeling that he wants you to believe that at the very least.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure, you have 1 dice because you are unskilled.
A natural 7.
So 7. You don't know.
Hmm.
Because, as you're aware, when you were interacting with this vehicle, apparently you were in a coma last time. So, that is all that you're aware of.
So, why do you want to enter the compound?
Because it is blocked from me.
Hmm. Maybe there's a good fucking reason why it's blocked for you.
Maybe.
Hmm.
But I assume you're not willing to give your skills back.
It means my telekinesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really
And your
rarely.
driving skills, because it taught you how to drive for a few months.
As I recall, you didn't give me those powers. The weird guy in the silly hat with the cigarettes did.
I was his conduit.
Hmm. Which means that he is the one that needs the way in, right? Or is this something like you're doing all on your own little lonesome?
It avoids the question and just doesn't answer.
Hmm. Okay, so let's just assume that you're threatening by taking my powers when you're not even the one that gave them to me. You just drove me to the guy that gave them to me. Which means, in this case, I don't think you have any leverage. So I would like some more answers. Why do you want to enter the compound?
You can tell that it's thinking. You spent a few months with this thing. You can tell when it's just avoiding you and not paying attention and
Because
whatnot.
I'll
But
tell
it is.
you, we did have a pretty cool couple of months. You and that fancy fucking hand, what's it called again? The glove compartment, yeah. That gave me
Yeah.
anything I wanted.
Yeah. Alright. Fine.
Mm.
There's an object with it.
What does this
It-
certain object do? What is it, and why
It
do you want
poses
it?
a threat to me and my friends. I need
And who
access
exactly?
to it.
And who exactly are you and your friends?
He pauses again and he says, I'm not sure I have the ability to show you my friends.
Well, you can tell me about them. Are they nice? Do they like long walks on the beach?
Well, one of them might. However, the others are similar beings to myself. They're able to teach you things. give you powers.
So what you might be saying is that if I get this item to you, I might be super grateful.
I'm not saying that.
Hmm.
But they have to speak for themselves.
Yeah. So
I can speak for myself in saying that I would be grateful.
sure. That's awesome, I guess. Which means I'm gonna have to take some time to think about this because if they figure out that I help out an entity to get into the compound, I might be out of a job. And you know, I need my liquor money.
Seems slightly annoyed for a second, but then it goes, all right, take your time.
So why don't you like scurry off and collect your friends, and we'll all have a meeting someday, right? So I can meet these little fellas of yours.
I will beseech them on your behalf. However, I cannot guarantee that they will meet with you.
Well, if I'm the only option to let you guys into the compound, and it's that important that it's threatening to you, shouldn't they, take the initiative to get off their asses and actually just sit down, have a beer, and talk it out?
Some of these beings have more power. We have a hierarchy of sorts.
So why don't the highest Archie guy just bust in and get the thing then?
You ask a lot of questions.
Mm.
Fine, I will take some time. When you wish to beseech me, simply fall asleep with the intention of seeking me in mind.
Oh, cool, man. Drive safe, dude.
It sort of revs its engine heavily, and it speeds off towards you, and then you wake up. And now that you wake up, you can see that your friends are near you. Again.
Guessing they're all sleeping.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my telekinesis to put cigarettes inside of Rosa's nose.
Yes, you still have your telekinesis ability if that's what you were testing.
No, that was literally just to annoy her when she wakes up.
I just made an assumption on my part. So, okay, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure the guy didn't have any leverage above my power.
You aren't 100% sure, but...
Oh, I am.
You can think what you wish.
Exactly.
So, you've done your side thing. Took a lot less time than some of the others, unless if you wish to do anything else about it.
What do you mean about it?
You have access to a facility of people who deal with these things on a regular basis. So.
The dream that I just have.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant my training.
No.
But yeah, the whole freaking reason why I actually wanted him to meet with me again is to try and seek out somebody that actually knows about weird beings getting into your mind. And next time, I want to be wearing like a wire.
So you're going to try to siphon some of this vision, if possible, to somebody else so they can see it?
Yeah, kind of. Or at least the words that's being said.
Okay.
And I'm the point me in a direction and kill everybody kind of guy. I'm not
Okay, so everybody who's part of your group is now here so they can play themselves. Who do you wish to turn to, if anybody part of your group, or if you wish to turn to somebody who is just simply part of the organization, you can try to do that.
I guess in this kind of case, I would actually turn to Geo. Because
Alright.
he's like the nerd.
The
Alright.
nerd.
The nerd.
So, Geo, you remember what happened last time. You are currently researching that language when Preben, he walks into your room. Since he has access to your room. His biometrics are linked to your room, so he can enter whenever he wishes.
That's kind of creepy.
You could knock if you wanted to be polite.
I would not, because I know what lonesome guys might be doing in the room when nobody's there.
Alright? You
Lots
hear
of
a knock
paper
on your
shuffling.
door. You hear a knock on your door.
Come in.
I open the door and I walk in.
There's stacks on stacks on. No.
Mm,
He is currently sitting in front of one of those old age computers that you guys have to work with in this building. And he currently has a small stack of papers in front of him as he is looking at the computer screen and at the pages.
Yes. How can I help?
I use my telekinesis to close the door behind me.
Okay, the door is closed.
Okay. So this is currently a little hush hush, maybe, because I don't know. The way I got my
Let me guess. You accidentally unleashed one of the objects, and it's now roaming the building.
if I accidentally released one of the objects, I would definitely not let it roam the building. I would kill it, and I just point to my Sally gun.
You know, certain objects can't be killed, or if you try to kill them, they just come back a few minutes later, days later, months later, who knows how much later.
It bleeds, it can die.
Just for both
Not
of your
everything can.
information, most objects cannot be destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Slowed down.
Certain objects can be destroyed, but then they come back
It can be
elsewhere.
slowed down, exactly.
Yes,
So,
they can be harmed. That is true.
So what is it then?
I'm gonna start the story by telling him how I got my powers. Basically, my whole trip with that car. And then I'm
Alright.
gonna tell him that this same entity came back to me last night, and I'm gonna tell him what he talked about and what I answered.
Okay.
And were you here for the whole thing, by the way?
No,
Matt.
I do recall you saying it wants an object and you wanting some kind of wiretap to see. Well,
Yeah, that's basically it.
yeah.
It wants a way into the whole compound because it needs to get close to this object because it's a threat to him and his kind.
I think that you guys did your things separately, so you might want to refresh him on what you did to get your powers. But I gotta use the washroom, so I'll be back in a second.
Separately. I drove this car. I was in a coma, and then I drove a car because I like to drive cars and drink. So I was literally just driving this car through first it was a jungle, then it was like the icy place in the fucking desert, and then I met the guy with the cigarettes. The car brought me to the guy with the cigarettes, basically.
The cigarette guy. I remember the cigarette guy. I remember Song there and the others there.
So,
So yeah.
comparing to this friend of mine,
Yeah,
this object is have you met the car?
I've met the guy with the cigarettes.
Yeah, but this is the car that I drove that asked me.
Oh,
I have a feeling that the guy with the cigarettes don't really know anything about this. Because he threatened me with taking away my powers, and then I said, I'm pretty sure you can't do that because you didn't give me my powers. And he stalled, so he doesn't have any leverage on me at all. But what I do really want is, if you know anybody in the compound or any kind of way, like a psychic or whatever, that can like read my mind or look into my mind or something, the next time I meet him, then we can look into what actually happens, and everybody can see, and we can make a judgment call from that. If it's legit, and their intentions are good, then I don't see a problem giving them the object. But if it's like world-ending stuff or just murderous intent, it's not gonna happen. Which means I would like some more input on it. Which is why I want people to, like, not just me to be there.
Well, I would say be careful. Don't do anything too risky. And, well, if you want a real wiretap and possibly have a connection to all of us saying that our department might be corrupt or have any kind of problem that might be us getting contained in whatever, yeah, then sure, go ahead.
Yeah, but who?
Okay, just to refresh your memories, I could hear everything while I was gone. The car didn't drive you to the greaser. The greaser, you were at the greaser with the greaser, and then when the greaser drove away, you woke up in your house. And then you did a day's worth of stuff, and then suddenly, when you woke up from your sleep, you heard a car engine revving.
No, right.
And the thing that the car got you to do was go to this building in the middle of a icy wasteland. And in the middle of this icy wasteland, there was a skyscraper. And on the outside of the skyscraper were a bunch of bees.
Yeah, I stole a bunch of shit from a vault, right?
A living
A
vault.
living vault, yeah.
And when you took its stomach, which is what they referred to it as, then it melted into the ground and a bunch of things tried to kill you, but you managed to get away. And you gave the stomach to the car.
Yeah.
And the car
So,
told
yeah.
you that the stomach is an object that when something is placed within it, it cannot escape, no matter what it is.
So it's a super high-end prison, basically.
Yeah.
And so they're asking you for this stomach.
No.
No.
The car
He
already
hasn't-
has the stomach. The stomach is a foregone conclusion. They
This is
already
a
have it.
different object, and I didn't even ask what it was. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, you didn't ask what it was.
Mm.
Although you have a slight feeling if you asked what it was, he wouldn't tell you anyway.
Probably. Yeah. So I set up a meeting. I want to meet Tim and all the other guys that's really hard for this type of thing or this particular item. And I would like some more higher ranking members to watch me when I'm in the meeting, if that's possible.
That's
So do you know any? Do you know
yeah.
anybody that can do that? 'Cause,
Well,
you know, you're kind of the nerd, and you're
Well, what Geo's character would be aware of is that ever since he became aware of this organization, anything is possible in his mind. So, sure, it's possible, but whether or not they're aware of somebody who can actually do it is a different story. He doesn't know that.
yeah,
So you would have to
I-
look into to see if you can find somebody who has that ability.
yeah, I have to look into if somebody has it or, X. So I need access how fast it can take me. I can just check here right now if you just give me a few minutes.
I'll give you a few minutes, but do keep this low key for now.
Yeah, low key, sure. I'm looking for someone that can read minds and can read and link minds. Sure, that's super low key.
I'm gonna take a piss.
I lay the sarcasm on extra thick.
But do you put a message out looking for somebody who has the ability to
As
enter
such,
other
first I
people's dreams or minds or things of that nature?
link minds. I'm just first gonna search for it, then ask around, because he wants to keep it low key. Asking around is not keeping it low key.
Okay. So you do some research.
Mhm.
I will get you to roll. You're familiar with containment procedures,
Yeah,
right?
if I just grab my sticky, because I use a sticky note for all this. Yep, I'm familiar with basic containment procedures.
Okay. So you would know how to contain such an entity, but you don't necessarily know. Okay. Of the entity. So
Mhm.
you'll have to roll one dice to see if you can find something.
9.
All right. You're not sure of like any personnel or anything who have such an ability. But again, you do know how to. There are people who have, like psionic, if you will, abilities. Abilities to do things with their mind, such as summon fire, decrease temperatures to create ice. Pretty much anything you can think of to do with your mind. Create electricity, those sorts of things.
Yeah, but that's not
you
someone
don't
with
know
a
about
computer.
entering other people's minds specifically, though you
Or
do have procedures that you are aware of for containing such a person or object. And what you would need to do is surround it in black rock.
yeah. Okay.
Because if it
That's
has even one avenue out of the black rock, its mind will just go through that avenue. So it needs to be entirely encased in order to be contained properly. And if this thing is a person, it is very, very much more difficult because usually you don't want to kill the person in the process. So containing said person is slightly more difficult.
so literally like airlock type kind of containment.
Yeah, basically. Because their brainwaves are people who have this ability or similar abilities. Their brainwaves exit their brain, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to contain like a radio wave. It's sort of like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as you guess you could hear from my rambling, that's although I could not find a lot, so your low key is gonna be bit less low key if Freeman is back. I don't know.
Yes, he is.
I'm back. I can always hear.
Yeah, so low
Bluetooth
key
is-
is not so low key as you hoped for. I hope that's okay with you. Cause I can ask around for other people that might know. Or you could just ask around on, well, the net
You
we
are
have in here.
familiar with somebody who is may know more than you guys.
I do.
Yeah, both of you.
Yeah.
It's a member of your team. And considering there's only one member left.
That's Lonnie.
Yep. Martha.
Oh,
Martha is part of the security team, so she would be familiar with any objects that you are currently containing that may have
Yeah.
a similar ability.
So yeah, you could ask Martha. She might know of an object that might be able to do that.
Object.
Or person.
Yeah.
Anything that is being contained. Because he, as a
Sorry.
research person, knows how to contain things, but he's not necessarily familiar with everything that's being contained.
Oh.
Whereas Lonnie's character has a higher chance of actually knowing.
I'll go talk to Lonnie. Or Martha.
Alright, Martha, are you here?
Yeah, I'm on.
Alright.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Before I go, I make Geo like write down what I need in a more scientific, neat way than what I would describe it myself.
In other words, he's going to use in bureau jargon, basically.
Something I would be very familiar with, a damn bet.
Yeah. So you're basically looking for a psionic capable person or object that is capable of sharing experiences with others.
Or linking up minds.
Yeah, basically that's what I said. Sharing experiences with others.
That's a lot of big words that I don't know or care about.
Yeah. So, Martha,
What up?
you see Preben's character approach you.
You see me approach you.
Matt, I actually kind of figured out what I want as my next thing.
Okay, so since we're in the middle of Preben's thing, I just want to wrap up Preben's thing, so we'll do that first.
It might impact actually.
Okay, so what do you want then? If it might impact?
Be able to read minds, because like that just makes sense with my character being in security and being a likable person. Makes sense that my character would want to be able to read minds.
Okay. So you just want basic telepathy, or are you looking for more of being able to pull memories from people without their permission?
That might be pretty invasive. So how about just a basic, like, I can read people's minds, not pull memories.
Okay. So you can basically get their surface thoughts, that sort of thing.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So that's your second ability. You have one more thing that you can get.
Cool. I'll stew on the other one.
Okay, so yeah. You do train in their what's the word? I'll just say supernatural. Their supernatural training area. And there are other people within the agency who are familiar with how to reach your mind out to other people. And they give you some basic tips. They reach into your mind just to demonstrate how it is done. And they show you some scientific things, like that their beta waves and their alpha waves and those sorts of waves that come from your brain are going exterior of their brain. And that's how they're able to contact you, that sort of thing. So, they show you methods in which it is possible for you to do so. And you manage to learn to do so.
Cool.
So, as Preben approaches you, Preben, what do you do?
Yes. Where is she? Is she in a room? Is she just
I'll say that she
around,
is currently in the cafeteria, getting a meal.
So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk over, and they do serve beer in the cafeteria, right?
As has been already established, yes.
Great.
However, you've been like put on a watch list, as you are already aware.
Is this like a tap?
They have multiple. So, they do have the tap for regular patrons. However, for you, if you are willing, they can sell you a keg, but it's up to you. They've sold you a keg last night for your little kegger with your friends. So.
Nah. I mean, it's breakfast time, right?
Yeah, you can get breakfast ales if you want. They don't have a huge selection, but they do have stuff.
No. I don't want breakfast ale. It's just that it's too early to buy cake. Do they have like those fancy little water mugs standing around everywhere? You know, like the big 2-liter water mugs?
Oh yeah, they have those. Do you wish to take one?
Yes.
Okay, you pick one up, and you can tell that the people behind where the alcohol is are watching you carefully.
Cool. There's not water in the mug.
No, there's nothing in it.
Okay, cool.
It's empty.
I'm gonna walk over to the spout. I'm gonna start filling it up.
The person walks over and sees you doing so. they're making sure that you are going to pay for what you take. Because you do
I
have to pay
stole-
here.
Yeah, I would have tried to steal something. I mean, I do have telekinesis, of course. I would have tried to steal beer.
Yeah, you've been flagged. As soon as you entered the room, they were made aware.
Yeah. Sup, Tyrone? How's work today?
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
just pay for what you're taking.
What? I always pay my stuff, man. Why gotta be so mean?
He just sits there, cross-armed, looking at you.
Fine. I'll pay for it, but I only have Norwegian coins at the moment. You take Norwegian coins, right?
Do you have
Coinage?
anything in your bank
Money?
account?
I just pull out like my, or would I've been able to put the money back into my bank account?
Yeah, sure. You can put as much as you
Because-
want back into your
Because
bank account.
because I didn't even know we had a bank account. I thought we just had cash, so I wouldn't even have.
Yeah, you guys
made
have
the
bank
thing in-
accounts. You each have bank accounts.
Okay, well in that case, I wouldn't even have made it into Norwegian money. I'll just use my fucking card when I was in Norway.
Okay, that's fine. So it is in your bank account, and he just puts a machine in front of you. You tap your card against the machine, and you have paid.
Yep.
I just figured when you guys said you were getting Norwegian money that you were withdrawing it and then getting it put into Norwegian money.
No, I thought we were just running around with cash.
Yeah, that's alright. You are still people, and you are still citizens, so you are able to have bank accounts. It's not
So I
like because you
currently
work for this
have-
organization you can't have a bank account. You have one.
So I currently have $201.79.
Okay.
How much money did the beer cost me?
It's a little cheaper because you're part of the organization. So 2 liters.
And because I should have some kind of discounts because I think I'm putting their kids through college.
Yes, I'm factoring everything in when I say this. Yeah, I'll say $10 for 2 liters.
That's like Norwegian prices, man. 10 buckaroos. Oh well. 191. Yeah.
Well, they would have charged you like $30 without.
For beer.
Yep.
How much do you have to buy for a pint in Canada?
Oh, I'm not factoring that in. It's because they're
Oh.
bringing it into a government building, so they're charging
Oh.
you.
Okay. Sure. I pay my monies.
All right, you're done.
I give them my monies. And then I will walk over to Lonnie, which I'm guessing is eating like something healthy, like Martha Stewart would, like a salad or something.
Yep.
I think it's a
Yo,
crunch. I
Martha.
think she eats really unhealthy.
No, she does.
I don't know. I mean, like IRL, I think she does.
You get to choose.
Anyway.
Since
What
you are
up?
playing her, you get to choose.
I'm fronting right now, so it's unhealthy. So it's
Okay.
healthy. Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm fine. Just having some
What can I do?
breakfast. I'll start drinking from the big mug.
Oh God. Well, what can I do for you?
I handed her the papers that Geo made for me.
Alright, what it says on it is that he's looking for an object or person who is capable of telekinetically imparting things from other people's minds onto other people's minds, if possible. Which your character is only able to reach in. You can't impart it on somebody else's.
Right. Well, okay. Do I know anybody who fits the actual description and not just measly bits and pieces like myself?
Yes, you can roll 3d20. Did you need Preben to do that for you?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, right. 3d20.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
A 19.
Okay.
Woo.
You are familiar with somebody. It's just one of your colleagues. His name is Yosef.
All right, Yosef.
He is Middle Eastern in origin. And before he joined, these are the things that you are aware of. And before he joined the organization, he was some sort of guru in the Middle East.
Oh God. Like a real guru, or like one of those ones from like the 60s and 70s where they're like, yeah, I'm a guru.
He was a dude who was imparting life advice by
this
reading
fucker.
people's minds to find out what they were desiring, and then giving them
this
advice based on that.
Okay. Was it solid advice, or was it like some hippy dippy shit?
Depending on what he was made aware of based on his mind reading. But he could also, like, make visions happen by taking what's in his mind and expressing it to them. So that he was actually able to, like, induce visions on people. So he had somewhat of a religion going on before he was caught by the organization and brought in, and they are tentatively allowing him to work.
Okay, so I let Preben know about that character, about that dude.
In fact, you know how in the States there are those raids on, like, religious compounds every once in a while?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Jonestown.
that's a similar thing happened when the organization went to bring him in.
Ooh, was it some Jonestown shit? Because that was nasty.
Yeah. Very similar.
Okay.
If you played Far Cry 5, I think it is, very similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah, Far Cry 5 is the one that takes place in the United States.
Did I get 2d20 or 3d20 from Shieldmaster?
Just 2.
Okay. Okay.
Because in order to wield the shield, that took up your first dice. So. Because you already have so much armor. Like, if somebody had 0 armor, I'd give them 3, but since you already have armor, then it's a little harder to wield. So.
I'm still gonna up those dice, man. I'll find ways.
Okay, so, Martha, you are familiar with this man, Yosef.
Okay. I let him know about this character. How much do I know about him? Do I know, like, complete backlog, or is he...
You just know that like... he was a guru, and he had, like, one of those really corrupt religions before. They locked him up for, like, 15 years before they released him on a tentative basis, which was around when you joined.
Okay. Essentially, I don't want to send, like, my buddy into some, you know, place where he's gonna meet, like, some depraved, crazy man.
The reason that
Even
they've
if he's working for the
allowed him
organization.
to work tentatively is because they used mind-altering drugs on him. So he's fine now.
Oh, okay.
He's fine now.
Yeah, we'll say he's fine. He's fine for now. Okay.
If his
Alrighty.
mind finds a way to break the shackles of the mind-altering drugs, he might become a problem, but for now, he's fine.
Alrighty then. We'll test the water and see if crazy is completely crazy. I let him know about crazy.
Alright, so Greben, you are aware of
Yeah.
this character now, because she told you.
Do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's currently working security.
No, like, do you know where he is, like, right now?
Yeah, right now he's on shift. He'll be off shift in about 2 hours.
Hmm. Where's his room?
His room is in the crew quarters, as you guys have called it. It's just a large floor that just has everybody's room on it that wants a room. And it seems like it expands whenever they want somebody else to have a room.
Cool.
And you don't ever see construction crews up there. It's almost as if this building is a supernatural entity in and of itself.
That's weird. Yeah. I will walk to the room. Is the door locked?
Currently, yes, and your biometrics are refused from entry if you try.
So I can't use my telekinesis to, like, open the door?
You can try something with your telekinesis. I'm just saying that your biometrics, which means what your body and DNA is like, it senses that at the door and doesn't allow you immediate entry. You can try
Okay,
something with
so-
telekinesis.
So I'm guessing that the doors are basically just, like, kind of normal. It's not, like, heavy locks or anything on it.
Not really, but there are locks on them.
Yep. So I'll just put my hand at the lock, and I will try to unlock the door using telekinesis, basically making the mechanisms open the locks and open
Okay.
the door.
Sure. Roll 3d20.
Gonna use you guys for this. 13.
13 is your highest dice.
Yup.
Alrighty. You attempt to unlock the door with your telekinesis. The door pops open. However, it still senses your biometrics in front of the door and deems you an intruder, and there are alarms going off nearby.
God damn it.
I would have given you, if you would have rolled higher, I would have given it to you that you turned off the biometric thing, but you didn't.
I mean, I'm already on the watch list. Isn't this, like, normal for me?
You've heard this alarm before. There
Yeah.
will be security personnel headed your way momentarily. Even if you close the door and make it look like a false alarm, they still have to show up. So the door is open. Now the question is, do you want to be reprimanded for simply opening the door or entering his room as well?
I'm gonna close the door and lock it again.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll telekinesis to see if I can lock it, or does it happen automatically?
When the door closes, it automatically locks.
Okay. So then I'm gonna just walk slowly down the corridor with my. I'm still carrying the big picture, by the way. So
He's just going around with this huge thing full.
I'm gonna go back to the. I'm guessing I'm about empty by now. So
I'll say
I'm
that you
just
have
gonna
a
go back.
quarter. I'll say that you have a
Okay,
quarter of the.
So on my way
jug.
back, I'm thinking this is gonna be empty, so I'll go buy more beer, and then I'll see if Lonnie is still eating breakfast. Yes.
All right, you start walking back. You see some security personnel approaching you. Two of them walk past. One of them walks right up to you.
Cheers, mate.
So you're just saying that you happen to be in the hallway as a security alarm goes off? Just wandering around?
Well, I'm not just wandering around. I kind of just motion to the.
He goes,
No, I'm not a woman, but I do. I'm pretty good at multitasking. I'll tell you.
Privet, can I just interject a tiny little thing to you? You do remember, the group of us are made into a group to investigate parts of the bureau, well, organization we're in.
Hmm.
Just
But
a reminder.
But isn't that like Black Ops? Nobody's supposed to know that we're doing that because we're investigating ourselves.
technically that would be up to internal affairs. But
Uh-huh.
you guys do have access to internal affairs stuff if you wanted. So you could sell it off as your internal affairs or whatever. But
Yeah,
that would take effort.
I'm just giving you that option.
Yeah, that would take effort on his part. So, yeah, the guy just sort of looks at you and goes, "So, the door unlocking nearby you don't know anything about that? Didn't see anybody suspicious walk by?"
No. I mean, the hallway was empty when I got here.
And that is true. That technically is true. I'll let you roll one dice, but you don't have persuasion or deception anyway, so you're good.
Nope.
One dice anyway, but
Come on, green die. 5.
he goes. He yells down the hall, "Check the camera!" And he just stares at you.
Somebody has been busted.
Because he knows that you're lying. You have a feeling. That's the reason why you got them to check the camera. If he thought that you were telling the truth, he wouldn't have. Look, if you just opened the door to see what you could do, fine. We just need to know if you took anything.
Fine. Yes, I opened the door. Search me.
Not necessary. What's on the cameras? Oh, he just stood next to the door and it opened. Alright. We'll let you go with another warning.
How many is that, Bob?
3!
Thanks, Bob.
They just walk down the hall exasperated.
I like Bob. Really? Only 3 warnings? Damn, I'm doing fine.
Well, maybe other times you got more lucky and convinced them that you had nothing to do with it.
Probably.
But this time, it just didn't work out for you. So, you waited a little while, and since it was reported that his door opened, he got off early off of his shift.
See? My plan is all coming together.
So he shows up at the door, and then he rushes inside, and you can tell that he's worried that maybe something was disturbed with it.
Hey man, I didn't touch anything, man. Didn't even walk inside.
He comes back out, and he goes, Namaste.
Oh god, you're one of those.
Yeah, you look inside his room. Now that you have more of a chance to look inside rather than immediately having to close it, you can see that he has a bunch of Buddha statues and stuff in his room.
Mm.
And he has incense currently burning. Not very safe, but he had
Does
it
it smell
burning while he
good?
was gone.
Does it smell good at least?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it smells good. It's not like official incense. It's more like the stuff that you buy if you want it to smell like candy or something. But it's still considered incense.
Okay, first off, I have a pretty good feeling that you might be one of those googly moogly types that sell weed. Am I just spitballing here, or?
He goes, "Oh, you were hoping to get a score."
No.
He's
And I
just
am telling
assuming
the
that
truth,
that's why
so
you
like,
opened the door. Since you told him you opened the door.
so that's just my first question. It's like, I never met you. I just heard about you from one of my friends.
I am familiar with those who procure such medicines, if you will.
In that case, I would love to have their names and numbers and rooms. Well, maybe not rooms. After what you've seen here today, I'm pretty sure you're not going to give
It
me
is
their room
technically
numbers.
not illegal, but that said, if you wish to have it in the building, you will still need permission, and if you wish to go under those permissions, please do not let me know about it. However, if you wish to get permission, here is somebody you can get that from. And he hands you a... It's almost as if he had business cards on him, and he just hands you one.
Okay. I'll pocket the card.
Alright. In other words, he doesn't want to know about you breaking the rules, but if you wish to get permission, quote unquote, you can from this person.
So, can we go inside? I need to talk to you.
Alright? He allows you within. He just simply motions for you to go in.
Hmm.
And you can see that there are a few yoga mats on the floor, and that is what he uses for furniture. So he motions for you to sit on one if you so wish.
Or I'll play along with this guy.
Yeah, the only other furniture he has in here is like a few pedestals with various statues on them, such as Buddha. And he has like one of those Japanese style beds that's on the floor in the corner.
Yeah.
That's all he has.
So I'll tell him my deal while I'm here.
All right. How much do you express to him of what's happened?
I'll tell him like, I'll leave out the parts where the thing wanted access to the compound for now.
Okay. So he goes, "So, someone's sending you messages. I'm
Well, I guess
familiar
you
with how to do this. They
Yeah,
would
well,
either need to be already within the building, or they are much more powerful than I am. Either way, let's just say it's the first one. You may wish to contact security to see if they could find anyone suspicious mulling around. If it's the second, you may wish to contact your seniors, like your senior officer or whoever's running your unit, and let them know that this is happening. But other than that, I can come by and see if you, whenever you wish to contact this entity again. And I can take the messages your mind are sending and put them into other people's minds for you, if that is what you wish. In
That
fact,
is.
I know how to control whether or not I see the vision, so if you want to keep it private, I can do that too. However, I would request that you contact someone in senior management, or at least somebody who would contact them. However, I'm not going to tell you what to do, so I will help you.
Okay, man.
He nods towards you. It's simply my way. You are in trouble and in need of my particular skills, I will give you them. As long as you don't ask me to do anything against my code of honor, I will
And what
indulge
is
you.
currently your code of honor?
Well, I follow... Have you heard of Jainism?
I can honestly say that I have not.
It is a religion. I suggest you look into it if you're interested, but it's mostly a code of respect towards others and lack of harm. This includes things like insects and those sorts of things. Reducing the amount of harm you can do to your environment. Similar to Buddhism.
Hey. Well, pretty sure we're not gonna step on any bugs doing this.
Yes, but this also includes people. I would rather have a human harm me than me harm them.
You don't strike me as a guy that should be working with security.
I more focus on helping others with tactics. Figuring out how to deal with people of people who seek to harm others, to be able to talk to them down, that sort of thing. Plus, mostly what I guard is objects, and non-living things are not part of that. And they wish to harm others, so I wish to reduce that harm. I don't see any conflict there.
I'm really not the type of guy to talk to this man. I feel.
Apparently.
Yeah. His way is so different from my way.
Fair enough.
Sickening almost. I'm gonna thank him. And
well, to be fair,
phone number. What?
To be fair, you are aware that he used to be completely on the other side of the equation until they used mind-altering drugs on him. So you have a feeling that they went completely to the opposite direction to manipulate him.
Okay, I'm gonna like start hurrying it up because I have a bad feeling it's like the incense that he's burning in the thing that is maybe drugging him down.
Perhaps.
I'm not gonna say this to him.
Yeah, I'm just saying that perhaps that's what's happening.
Oh, you said it in its voice,
no,
so...
No. I didn't mean to if I did, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask him if he has a number I can contact him on, but I'm ready.
Okay. He just hands you the number to the room.
Sweet.
It will
Thanks, man.
forward if I don't answer within a few rings to my cell phone. And that is a thing that you can have done if you have a home phone. You can still get that done. Where if
I don't
someone
have a
calls your
home-
home phone, it will redirect to your cell phone after a few rings. That is a real thing.
Yeah, so I have his number. So yeah.
He offers to allow you to meditate in his room for a while, but if you don't wish to indulge him, you can just leave.
I'm just gonna point at the picture and it's like, sorry man, I'm all out of beer, so I gotta move.
He shrugs. If you wish to reach enlightenment, I can aid you in that.
Thank you very much. I'll take your offer into consideration. And I
He nods
will...
towards you.
Ugh.
Yeah, the particular thing that he follows, anybody who follows it has a strict non-violence policy, even in self-defense.
Mm.
So, yeah, if somebody rushed over to kill him, he would let them kill him before he would harm them. They're very pacifist.
So I'll go get more beer, and I guess I go back to my room.
Okay,
So
we'll
I guess
switch
that's it.
back to Lonnie. Because you did your stuff.
I'll be right back. Because I have to do a few things. I've
Alright,
been caught with
Lonnie.
the machine.
What up, bro?
Have you thought of your third thing?
Okay, so I'm super convincing. I can read people's minds now.
Yep.
How far can I go into their minds? Like, could I read their intentions?
You can read surface thoughts. So similar to how in D&D you the detect thoughts spell. Similar to that, except you can do it whenever you want.
I want to like know intentions and shit like that. Like, I want to go beyond surface thoughts.
Okay, you
Would
can
that
train
cost
further.
me an extra?
Yeah, that will
Okay.
use your last thing. And
Okay.
so you can get surface thoughts. But if you push further, here's the downside to pushing further. If you push further, the person will stop moving, if they're moving. Their eyes will roll back in their head, and they will make a
Oh, so they're enjoying
noise.
this.
They will make a noise. So anyone around them, it will be obvious that you are doing so.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm down.
So they'll stop walking or moving if they are moving.
Yes,
And
sir.
they will their eyes will roll back in their head, and other weird things will happen. They
cool.
won't know that it just happened, but if somebody is like talking to them actively, they'll be like, you just did a weird thing. Why? So
Okay.
Okay. So you can probe them for memories and intentions.
Yes. Okay, solid. Love it.
And you can push for things that you wish. So you can say, I want this guy's memories from when he was 5 to when he was 6. And you can get those. If you succeed.
Okay. All right.
Just saying, like, you can get whatever you want. You just have to tell me what you want, and if you succeed, you get them. So, it is now your roleplay segment.
Okay.
So, I don't know if we determined it yet or not. Do you have lodgings within the agency, or do you have lodgings outside the agency?
I don't believe it was established, so I'm fine having lodging inside the establishment due to the fact that I am security.
Fair enough. So, one morning, or the morning after you guys went on the mission and managed to get back, you wake up and you are in your bed. You are in your housing area where, and you have slightly bigger lodgings due to the things that you have done previously. One of the heads of department are friends with you, and your lodging is slightly larger as a result. So you have multiple rooms. So you're in your bedroom. And you wake up the next day. So how would you start off your day?
I don't know, Martha Stewart's super wholesome, I would imagine. And from the US, so I would imagine like a very stereotypical American breakfast.
Okay.
But it's Martha Stewart, so she's got to have mimosas.
All right. Your lodgings are even so big that you have an upstairs and a downstairs. So, you are currently in your downstairs. When you see a small trail of smoke going down your spiral staircase.
Oh, hell yeah. Spiral staircase? That is so Martha Stewart. Okay, so I will. What kind of smoke? Does it look like a cartoon, like smoke, or does it look legitimate, like there's real smoke? Like there's a fire?
It looks like real smoke. However, it is acting in a cartoonish way where it's going down instead of up. It is
Okay,
actually looks like it's going. It looks like there's a person attached to it, and it's going down the staircase. However, it's like it looks like it's filling up the room still, but it is going down the staircase in a strange way.
all right, I'll yell at it. Hello?
There is no response.
Hello, I can see you there. I have eyes.
No response.
This is the last one. Hello, I can see you clearly.
No response.
Okay, mind probing thoughts. What the fuck is this guy doing here? Or thing or entity?
All right, you attempt to reach out. Your mind
Touch
doesn't
someone.
grasp anything.
This is like some gin stuff. All right.
And since you've trained to reach out your mind like this, you do know that it's like a hand that you can like manipulate things with. And as you're reaching out to see if there's a mind nearby, you just don't get anything.
Okay, so that's weird. There's not a mind nearby, but is there a mind farther away, like using this as like a puppet?
You reach out a little further. The nearest mind you can sense is in the hallway outside of your lodgings. However, they just appear to be walking by, and then they walk by. The next nearest mind is somebody sleeping in their room. And you keep reaching, and you just start sensing other minds in other rooms. You don't sense anything
Okay.
suspicious.
All right. Well, that's one for my character. Okay, well, I'm going to make. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Okay, well, I'm gonna go make breakfast. So, if you would like some, come on in or come on over. And I proceed to attempt to make breakfast.
Alright, after it goes down the spiral staircase, it does begin to act like actual smoke and just begins to start filling the room. So the room is getting smoky at this point.
Okay. So You're ruining my breakfast. I haven't even had my mimosa yet.
It just continues filling the room. And it actually reaches you at this point.
Okay,
And you can
I'm
smell.
out.
It smells like. You know those, like, freshener balls that probably your grandmother had at some point? They're just filled with, like, dried leaves of various.
Oh, yeah, potpourri balls or something.
Yeah. It smells
That nasty.
exactly like a potpourri ball.
I don't like the way that shit smells. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go set off the fire alarm now. And I attempt to walk out the door.
Alright, as you attempt to walk out the door, you have a mirror next to the door just for last minute checks on your
Mhm.
outfit and whatnot.
Mhm.
And you don't see yourself in the mirror.
Okay.
So you sort of double back to the mirror. It's what's in the reflection is moving the exact same way as you, but it's not you. Here's what you see. You see a woman with black hair. She has horns, like sheep horns, coming out of the front of her forehead. And she has, she isn't wearing any clothing. She just has hair covering the portions of her body that would normally be covered by clothing. Sort of like how, it's sort of like the hair on the front of her just sort of covers her breasts and then curves around her around her hips and then comes up the front and just sort of sits there on the front of her pelvis. And she's just acting the same way as you are right now.
Hello. Do you see me? Can you hear me?
As you say that, you hear she finally stops mimicking you and just looks at you. Just stares at you. And you now notice her eyes are blood red, like the irises are blood red.
Hey, hi.
Okay, well, I'm a bit tired of this. So I try to read her mind and I go like all the way so she's like gagging or not gagging, whatever it is.
You attempt to reach a mind within the mirror. There is no mind in the mirror.
Looks like you're brain dead. Isn't that fantastic? Or mindless.
She looks at you and she says, "You know what I'm tired of?"
Your face.
She just stares at you.
I'm sorry. Okay, what is she tired of?
She just stares at you. And she says, "Give it back."
I'm sorry, honey. Once your virginity's taken, you can't get it back.
She seems very frustrated. "Give it back."
Maybe if you hung out with yourself every now and again, you wouldn't be so frustrated. Or go find yourself a man.
As soon as you finish uttering that, her
Oof,
hand
yes.
reaches through the mirror and grabs you by the throat. You can attempt to do
Oh.
something if you wish.
No, I'm just going to tell her, oh, so you're a guy. So instead of choking me, why don't you choke your chicken?
She just starts squeezing harder, and you cannot talk at this point. So if you wish to do something, like she has both hands wrapped around your throat.
Mimic a laugh or try to pretend like I'm laughing at her.
Okay. That happens. Do
And
you
then
wish to
use
do
my
anything else?
yes, then use my terrible karate skills or use my security training to have her not grapple me anymore and bring her in a subdued position.
Alright. You attempt to do so. However, it seems as though she is stronger than anyone you've ever encountered. And you're just held, like you're gripping her arms and stuff, trying to pull her arms off, and she just doesn't budge.
Okay. Dang. Okay. I can I send her thoughts?
No.
Damn it. I flip her off and let her do whatever she's gonna do.
Alright, as you do that, immediately she slams your face into the mirror multiple times. And you actually hit something before coming into contact with her. And as that happens, suddenly you notice that the smoke detection fail-safes in your room go off and start sucking the smoke out of the room. And as that happens, suddenly she just vanishes. And you fall to the floor, unconscious. You wake up a few moments later as Wilhelm is now in the room and he's attempting to get you back to consciousness.
Oh, Wilhelm, I love you. You're masterful.
Do you say that?
Has he brought me to consciousness?
It appears that you are waking up and you can see him.
Wilhelm, thank you. We've had a breach, and so I believe we must act as soon as possible. Let's
Yes,
convene.
this appears to be so. As
Yes,
he
let's
motions
convene.
to some of the security guards to start looking around your room.
Oh, okay, have them do a sweep. Let's convene at the office, assuming there's an office, and we'll discuss matters further.
There are multiple offices. Which office would you like to meet?
The main office?
Do you mean my office?
Sure. Your office would be fantastic.
All right. Sweep the room. And they start looking around. I will go and look for clues. As he leaves you to right yourself, and he begins examining the room. So, from their examination, unless you wish to help, you can help if you wish. You do have the investigation ability, I think. Do you not? Or is that somebody else?
I don't believe it was me. But I'm totally down to help, but I don't know how much help I would necessarily be.
Okay, you can roll a dice, basically. But Preben has left his chair. So I will roll. Oh, you got a 3.
Just what every girl wants. A 3.
So, yeah. You keep looking around the room, but you don't really find anything of use. However, Wilhelm finds it looks very much like a potpourri bag. However, it appears to be burnt. That's what he finds. And he shows it to you.
So like incense or something like that?
It looks it's in a ball. And it just looks like very loose netting that is wrapped around leaves of some sort.
Okay. Damn. Sounds like we got a Scooby-Doo mission on our hands. Let's go round up the gang.
He shows you this and he goes, "You are very lucky." He just says that, unless if you question
I
him
was
further.
waiting for him to say more. Okay. Why am I lucky? What's the goings on? What's the haps?
We had a situation. That is why I came here. However, I don't know if you would have been further harmed by this if we not come.
What's the haps, man? Okay, yes, I would like some clarification. What do you mean? Is this something in my knowledge about whatever this creature is?
You don't know what's happening, but you can roll to see if you know what the thing is that he just handed you. However,
Right.
you are not specialized in what the thing is, so you get 1 dice. So, Preben, if you would. 1 dice.
Yes. Only one die?
Preben, por favor.
Another fucking 3.
Otra vez, tres. All right, man. That's cool.
Yeah, you don't know what that is.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for clarification from Wilhelm.
Does he? You're asking if he knows what it is?
Yeah, I'm asking him what it is. What is it?
He goes, I am not exactly sure. But it looks like... He'll examine it. He didn't even think to look at it. Great head of research. He didn't even think to look at it.
Bruh.
He goes, have you ever read... I'm not saying this is yours, but do you have any books on Wicca?
I don't think so. I'll just say no. No, I do not.
This appears to be its counterpart. Something you use to put a curse on people. They call it a hex bag. Usually Wicca gear towards the positive end of the spectrum, but within the religion there does exist those who use the negative source.
So somebody gonna be after me for some good times. All right. Oh, so somebody's coming after me for things that I'm not aware of.
He looks at you. Perhaps this isn't yours, but it is yours. As he looks at you, you remember that this isn't your body.
Okay. All right, man.
But it's just a theory, or a hypothesis, I should say. So, that is troubling.
Yes, it is, Wilhelm.
So, you haven't heard anything from yourself?
No, I have not.
Well, then maybe I'm wrong. Perhaps this is related to... Because our organization is familiar with black magics that are
Mhm.
actually real and do work, but you need very specific ingredients. Maybe someone within the organization. Though why they would want to hex you, I am not sure.
I don't know either, Wilhelm.
He goes, was it just the smoke you saw? Or was there more?
No, there was more. I saw a demon, a female demon, who was not a fan of me. She choked me. And Yes.
Did she say anything? Like what she wants?
Matt, reminder, what the fuck did that hoe say?
She said give it back.
She
That was the
wants me to
main
give
point of what she said.
Yeah. She wants me to give something back to her.
Well, have you wronged anybody within the organization?
I don't believe so.
Have you taken anything that isn't yours?
Just a body.
Then I suggest you pursue this avenue of research.
Alrighty. That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, did you find anything else? As he looks to one of the other people and they just shake their heads. Okay. Well, that is not good. Well, I wish you luck. If you wish us to monitor your cameras, say when you're asleep or whatever, we can do so, but we have respected your privacy thus far.
Yeah, let's do a camera thing. That sounds like it's very, very positive.
Alright, okay. We'll see if we can pull up the recordings, but until then, I do have something else that has come up. It is related to you. As he looks at you, but he seems to be referring to not you. Seems as though you're
Do
having
we
identity issues here.
Yeah. Do we bring it up now or do you want me to go with you to your office?
I think this is more appropriate to you specifically.
Okay, so let's skedaddle onto his office. Alright, then I will see you in your office.
Alright. You are in his office. We'll skip to that. He shows you a video of seems to be a body camera video from a police officer. And they appear to be harassing an African American. As in a not okay way. Like they're trying to like what's a good example? George Floyd.
Extort.
George Floyd.
Are we in the South?
This video appears to be coming from Oklahoma.
Yeah, we're in the goddamn South. Look.
And they appear to be holding him on the ground in a very forceful way. Even though they aren't responding to him as to what he has supposedly done. So, as you see this unfolding, they're yelling slurs and whatnot. However, as this is unfolding, you see somebody approaching the body camera. Another person, you're not sure ethnicity or whatnot. They appear to be hardly within view of the camera. They approach the camera. You hear some noises, like of pained grunting, and you see on the body camera, you see somebody get flung, and you see what looks like a heavily injured police officer fall onto the ground. The police officer that the body camera footage is from gets up, pulls out his sidearm, and attempts to shoot, but before he can shoot, his gun is knocked away from his hand, and that is where the footage pauses on somebody's face. And Wilhelm, make sure that you look at the person's face. somebody that you recognize. Because this person's
It's
photo,
me.
this person's
It's not me?
photo was in a
Oh.
vending machine. You currently have it,
Okay.
if you remember. The person who you said your deepest desire. Remember.
Oh. Okay.
Remember?
The
Remember
person I
when
want to like,
remember when your boss put you in front of the vending machine?
and I wanted to do all the fun things to that person.
Apparently you were looking for somebody who truly loved you, is what you
Right.
told me then. It was the African American individual that looked very plain. That was the
Right,
description they gave.
Martha's gotta pull up her boots and like fuck someone up. All right. So what does this mean? What I'm confused. Not me as an individual, Martha Stewart is confused.
Wilhelm looks at you and he goes, "That is why I've reported this. Your test was reported. So, after the test, I got a copy of the photograph. And I put it out, just in case. Just to see what relation. Turns out we have an active case open. This individual is the one in the photo.
Well, yes. So I think what I mean is, how do I save him? What do I do? How can I meet him? How can I save him? What do I need to do?
Then, perhaps, there is something you can do. We have been investigating this for some time. This individual has been slaughtering police officers, those in authority who abuse their power. And as you know, this organization is not necessarily for the improvement of society. But he seems to be using some sort of supernatural means of travel. This individual has been spotted on 2 individual sides of the country simultaneously, doing the exact same thing. So this is why it came up on our radar. Seems as though your friend has some supernatural abilities. The only lead we've had so far is we've attempted to put together a team of fake police officers and actors that we use to abuse their power. We have attracted him once. However, we have lost an agent in the process. So, if you have any ideas, we will wait on you. Unless you want us to proceed without you, if you have other things that appear to be more important to do.
Well, I mean, isn't he doing essentially good deeds since they're abusing their powers?
That's the problem. He is doing good. But he is showing the world that the supernatural exists, and he doesn't care whether or not other people know it. It is a very hard situation when we have to intervene in situations where if we did nothing, it would be better. But if other people learned of his power, they may wish to manipulate him.
Dang, and him and I could have lived happily ever after, too. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, maybe you still can. You were captured by our agency. If you can
Yes?
capture him alive, perhaps you can work things out.
I will try. Okay. So, saddle up, cowboys. We got a hunt to hunt.
We will continue to try to stop this. If you and your team deem other situations more pressing. But just know that our rangers have had very little luck dealing with it. As I said, we've
Right.
already lost one of our members.
Right. Nah, this is quite important. Moreover, I need to get my team together so we can settle the
Discuss.
situation.
I'm sure your team members also have things they wish to pursue. So, the decision will fall on your group, I assume.
Yes.
So, take your time.
Oh, show.
We will give you a few days before we set up our next trap.
Okay. All right. I will have the Avengers assemble.
All right. So, as you're attempting to assemble the Avengers,
I mean, my team.
yes, I know what you meant.
Cool.
You all are called down to the area where you guys fought the stuffed animal. Every one of you are called down there. However, Yomba, your character is already here. If you remember where we left off.
Yeah.
So, unless if you had Yomba, your character, I forget his name.
It is Craig Field.
It is what, sorry?
Craig Field.
Oh, Craig Field. Okay. So, Craig. Unless if you had anything else you wanted to ask the Scarred Man, which is now your superior officer, if you will. Unless if you wanted to ask him anything else before the group arrived?
Nah, it's fine.
Alright. All three of you encounter your Jonathan McIntosh, I think his name is. If I remember
Jonathan
correctly.
McIntosh. That's a legit name.
That's the name of the guy. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure that that's his name. So, as you guys see him, he is standing next to someone else. Yomba, if you don't mind describing what your character looks like. And you can be wearing whatever you want.
Alright. Would I wear my normal attire? Would you say?
Okay.
Okay. I got a picture for it, actually.
Oh, he's got a picture. Perfect.
Yes. I'm basically Fat Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Oh god, I don't need a picture for that to image that.
Okay, so yes. Picture Fat Shaggy. And you have an exact image in your mind of what this character looks like.
Yeah, I put it in there.
Yeah.
So he's your superior officer standing next to him. So, this is going to be a new member that replaces the communications specialist. He's not of communications specialty, but I'm sure he'll be useful.
He sees more from exact.
I'll let him speak to you as he steps back and allows you to introduce yourself.
Speaks for the trees.
Hey guys, I'm Craig Field. I'm working as an interrogator. That's what my specialty is, either way.
So, how do you torture people? You sit on them?
Oh, I don't really torture.
You do know how to, but you tend not to, if possible.
That's not my type. I just talk them out of stuff. Usually.
And by the way, guys, he took the white cigarette. The
Which
regular
is-
one. He doesn't have
Okay,
any
here.
supernatural abilities or combat skills.
Okay, so you're. Okay, do we get his file or anything that we can read? Like, we did to each other?
Do you ask your superior?
As soon as I see the guy, I will, yeah.
He goes, in fact, I can do you one better. He hands you a. Actually, he brings you over to a computer and he shows you a video. This fat man, was in a room with a. In the training room where you guys fought the stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of bees went into the room. And he ran off towards the wall. He touched the wall opened, and he went into a hole. The bees followed him into the hole, and then the camera switches perspective. And then he messed around with a pipe, caused steam to come out, and it killed the bees. So, apparently he has some skills.
Yeah, did you go janitor?
No, he didn't. He took the regular, so he has no supernatural ability. But he hid his extraordinarily large body behind a wall so the bees didn't notice him, and then they just ran into the steam.
I would still like his file.
All right. I was just showing you he can be useful in combat situations. He hands you the file.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
Craig,
Well,
you know that he is handing him a file that contains all the information about you. So, do you wish for them to read that?
I mean, I'm sensing that I don't really have a choice here.
You kind of do. If you want, if you
no, you don't.
object, then he might take a few things out of the file.
I have tried to stay clean, so I'm I'm fine with it doing it.
Okay. So
my God.
basically, he's your stereotypical gamer. Used to live in his grandma's basement, or his mother's basement.
That I
should say.
could have guessed.
However, he encountered a supernatural object, and when he encountered that supernatural object, he was the only one unaffected by it in the nearby range that they could find alive. So, he managed to survive the incident, but not only survived the incident, but was unaffected by what was causing the incident. So you guys get that, and then he was with the agency for quite a while, a year or two, before he was asked to join your team, and he was considered an interrogator. So, some of the things that he knows how to do are use the memory wiping chemicals, things of that nature, that they tend to use on individuals who aren't supposed to be here. That sort of thing. So he knows all about that stuff, and any chemicals that would be needed for interrogations. And he also knows a few interrogation techniques. So if he encounters somebody in the field, he has some bonuses if he needs to get information out of them. So that's what you guys know about him from looking at it. Unfortunately, you don't know what the supernatural thing that he encountered was or what it did. All that stuff is grayed out. You know, because of how the agency works. If you don't need to know it, then you're not going to be told.
Cool.
So unless if he tells you himself, you won't know that information. But since you are a team, he could tell you and not get in trouble. Because you are allowed to share certain things with your coworkers. So, he takes the file back after you're finished reading it, unless anybody else wants to attempt to find some hidden clues in the file.
I'll investigate it.
Alright, you have the investigation talent, so go ahead. Roll 3 dice.
Does this guy look like they're not believing that I'm on the team?
Well,
Can I
that's
make
up
a
to him.
check for that?
13.
Okay, so he rolled 3 dice to look at the file. With a 13, turns out that they did leave a little bit uncensored in this file.
They didn't grade all the way out.
Some of it, you can see what it is and what it says. Turns out that the origin of what happened to him involved his computer. And apparently his computer strangled somebody with its power cord. But that's all that you find out. You're not sure what it had to do with his computer, but his computer was involved in the incident.
Yeah.
And apparently he got out of it unscathed. Like, he wasn't even injured. He was a little... They diagnosed him with exhaustion after the incident. But other than that, he was fine.
Of course, the computer was strangling someone else.
But from what you read, there were a lot of injured people and a lot of dead people. That happened from the incident. Including some of his family members were injured. So, Geo, you are also present for this. I see you half falling asleep. You're muted.
I was just sitting here waiting.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, I was falling half asleep.
Yes, but did you hear what I was saying? About what you see?
What I see, oh gosh.
You're
My
reading the
computer-
file as well.
My computer just did something weird, that's all. Okay, it's normal.
Okay.
Just a hiccup.
So, did you hear what I said that you read in the file?
It was something about this computer that was, well, doing stuff.
Yes. Okay. You were
I
listening.
I remember that.
Okay.
I remember all that happened. His computer was evil.
Oh yeah, you were there. I forgot about that.
Evil.
So Lonnie, are you there?
Yeah, you cut me while I was changing my headphones. What
Okay.
up? Oh yeah,
So-
I assume I'm there. I'm assuming he's telling everybody what he files. Are you pretty good?
I'm not gonna tell everybody. I'm guessing we're like reading it together. So I'll just like point to it to you guys, like point it out, but not say it out loud because our superior officer is still in the room,
And I'm just
So-
awkwardly staring at you while you read it.
and that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
As I read part of the computer, I just asked, so do we have this thing contained or is it still out in the open?
This was contained a few years ago.
That's good to know. Just, checking, because I think with most of us are things that we discovered, like with mine, wasn't contained.
Yes, but his is currently contained.
It's good.
So, if you have any more questions, I would think that you could ask your newfound teammate as he gently slides the file away from you guys.
One thing I could be asking is, how would you deal in combat situations?
You just
Oh.
saw the video, Gio. I don't know if you
Yeah,
heard
but-
that part.
Yeah, the bees and the steam.
Yeah, so he ran away and then put something in front of him that killed the stuff for him, basically. So you have a
Yeah, but
feeling that he's just going to replicate that in all combat situations. From what he told me, that is going to be his use.
So you're gonna kill everything with steam?
No, he's gonna use the environment to his advantage, or well, let us deal with it.
Mm.
Yeah, he doesn't have combat abilities, but he does have abilities that he could use to help him in a combat situation. Depending on how he uses them. In fact, the thing that he did with the steam wasn't even one of his abilities. He just got lucky with that one. He just had one dice and he rolled super high. So.
Yes.
But his ability to hide, and you saw that on the camera, that is one of his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he has a lot of body mass, he's very keen on being able to move it in such a way that it's not seen. So, your superior goes, I expect you guys to not take too much time off. I hope you guys have something in mind to do next. However,
Well,
I will
I've
leave
not
you
taken.
guys to getting
any
to know
off.
each other.
Sure.
And I expect you to report to me when you decide what to do next.
I mean, we could use with another meat shield on the team. Just go over and shake his hand. Hey, my name is Freeman. I'm the other meat shield.
I'm not very good in combat, sir.
Yeah, as
but-
you saw in the video, he would not be the one in combat. It's just us two.
I'll introduce myself as well. Hello, my name is Martha.
I'm Craig.
I'm Craig.
Yeah, I'm kind of heavily breathing, but
Yeah,
I
like
try
wheezing.
not to do it.
Yeah.
I try to mask it.
You'll get in shape soon enough. Believe me, we do a lot of running.
Does it look like I'm in shape?
Round is a
Better
shape.
shape than him.
I'm pretty good at running, actually.
You mean rolling?
Oh, dude, you brutal.
Sorry,
They just handed us, like Gabriel Iglesias would say, hell no. Basically. And we're gonna take this thing into the field. I was skeptical bringing you guys into the damn field, and then they bring me this?
We love you too.
Yeah.
Well, you saw I could at least take care of him myself.
Whatever, man. Then again, I don't know too much about torture, so we get to have somebody that knows that as well.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Craig, if you remember, you ordered a bunch of stuff. You currently have that with you.
yeah.
So he has a big backpack full of stuff currently with him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like the fat kid going on the school bus. Like he has a knapsack on and everything. He looks like he's going on a field trip.
I was really ready for this occasion.
Yes. And let me just say, he bought a lot of useful stuff that you guys are gonna need.
Okay, so no pointing like loitering, I guess. Let's go to work.
So you guys are all together. So if you guys wish to discuss anything that you've encountered with the group, bring it up as a thing that you might want to do. I know that Joachim's stuff seems less important, but you do also still have stuff if you wish to bring it up. So Craig does have stuff he can do.
Yeah, but I don't want to be selfish immediately, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm going into our story of what happened in our first mission.
Yeah, their first mission. Well, they had a companion who was able to control reality as if it were a video game. And that companion, they went and investigated an entire city and more, an entire city plus, that went missing. And it turned out that it was a stray video game console that was causing it. And their companion sacrificed himself to cause the city to come back. So then they came back after that happened, and apparently there was a riot in the city that they were leaving from. So they had to deal with that.
A lot of hellbilly.
Preben doesn't share this to you openly, but the other two do. He put on an Elvis suit, and he started acting like Elvis.
Alien Elvis.
Alien
Oh, no,
Elvis, yes.
Oh no, I was not ashamed about that. Because I love Elvis.
Okay, so
don't you remember I wanted to bring the damn thing with me?
Yes, I remember. But I was just giving you the discretion of whether or not your character shared that. But either way.
I will.
So, yeah, he put on a suit and he started acting like Elvis.
That would be like the only thing that I really like talk about is like I gotta wear like an Elvis suit. I felt just like the king. It's like all the other stuff, like shooting people and hunting, shooting the siren head and all that shit. That's every day for me. So the Elvis suit, that was like the carrot. That was like awesome. Yeah.
I'm feeling so lonely, baby.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna out of character say that I don't know who Elvis is. I don't know any like celebrities, really. Because
Elvis Presley.
yeah,
Have you been living under a rock your whole life? Do I need to punch you in the face next time I
As
see
soon
you?
as I send you a picture, you will
character.
know who it is.
I know who Elvis Presley is, but my character doesn't.
Oh,
Oh.
your character doesn't.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. That's
Okay.
a relief.
okay, that is a
Of
big
course, I know who
relief.
Elvis Presley. My character doesn't know a lot of
Okay.
Okay.
a lot of guys.
Would he say that out loud? That
No,
I don't know who Elvis Presley. Okay, that's good.
He just looks like he's amazed by your tale.
Yeah. Well, I won't roll an insight on that because I just assume that everybody knows who Elvis Presley is. I mean, come
Sure.
on. Yeah.
He was a big influence on music as it is today.
Mm-hmm.
A great
king
man.
of rock.
It's a great man.
Although a lot of his music was written by black people.
That is true.
That I don't know.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's
It
just
is
that
true.
it's just that back then they didn't think that black people were very.
Well.
Good at anything.
Well.
One of his hits, Hound Dog, was originally done by what is Big Mama Thornton?
Yes. Yes.
I'm not sure who it was, but it was a black group.
Hmm.
But yes, a lot of his stuff was written by black people, but they didn't want to put them front and center. They would rather a wholesome white man. So it's just how it was back then. So,
With an amazing voice and pretty fucking awesome.
but yeah,
charisma.
he was talented, to be fair, but he just didn't write his music, which is
He
fine.
had some pretty eyes.
But either way, so yeah, so you guys tell him about your first mission. Unfortunately, you lost one person, but from Craig's perspective, that's actually not that bad. A lot of times they lose like 5-10 people. So losing one person isn't, it's kind of like, oh, you did well then. So, yeah. Considering it was a team of 4 and they only lost one person, yeah, it's actually kind of extraordinary that they managed to do what they did. So,
Yeah, but they still
It's good to
pissed
be-
on us when we got back for losing that one person.
a little bit, yeah. But considering it was 1/4 of your team, that was why.
We still mourn the loss.
Yes.
I mean, I was expecting like only me to return.
Yeah, there have been missions where you were the only person to return. So yeah, you did well. They're just not giving you commendations or anything. No Purple Heart, no Silver Star. Not for you, at least.
No, but I did want them to give the thing to Olaf.
Yeah. So what they've done is in the cafeteria, they have a memorial wall. They put his picture up on the memorial wall, and they've put a little medal next to his picture that you requested. It's similar to XCOM, if you played XCOM. They have the memorial wall. It's similar to that.
XCOM.
Yep.
So, do you guys want to discuss the things that you have done, that you have on the mission block, that you could look into further?
We would have, well, I would have talked about it, what we've discovered, what we've done, and all the things that I'm researching I'm not telling about yet, because I'm still trying to figure out how well solid of a case that is.
Okay. I'm just saying that if you brought it up to the group, they may be able to help you in that research, but that's up to you.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's not a dead end on its own, or, well, solid something.
Okay, so he doesn't share his thing. That's fine. He doesn't have to. I'm just saying. So, does anybody else wish to share their thing?
Well, I've shared mine with both Matt and Lonnie, but I'm not gonna share this with a new guy.
Okay. Fair
That's
enough.
not happening. I'm trying to keep it as low key as fucking possible for now.
Okay. So it seems like you guys do have a clear answer if Martha is willing to share her thing.
Sure. I mean, it's not like it's that crazy. I tell him a little bit of, clearly I'm Martha Stewart. If you don't know who I am, that's fine. I
He
have an
definitely will
innate
know.
ability for people to really, really like me.
Like,
That's it.
like talking.
Almost anything you can think of. I mean, just literally being in my presence. People like me. It's extraordinary.
You do have to exert your will to do that, but you don't have to tell him that.
It's weird. That's what it is.
Oh. Is this like a supernatural ability? Or is this just
Yes.
normal? Oh. Okay.
A little bit, yes.
That's cool, dude. That's cool.
Some of her mundane abilities also help with that. But, that said, she does have supernatural abilities that bolster that heavily. So,
I'm gonna be the one that's left out with no supernatural ability. It's gonna be great.
it's true. Well, technically, Gio's character doesn't have any either. So, but he does have firearms training and those sorts of things. So,
I am one of the combatants.
yeah. So he can dish out punishment if need be.
And fix you up if needed.
He does have field medic training as well. So
He's the DM's girlfriend.
What?
You've never heard that?
No.
I've never heard that expression.
Um,
No.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't.
The DM's girlfriend never played D&D, but she wants to support her boyfriend. So they give her the healer.
Oh. That does kind of make sense. So
That's how it kind of goes. A lot. Like, from my experience, the DM's girlfriend comes in, generally plays a healer or a rogue.
well, healer's not too bad. You just tell her, yeah, just heal us now, okay? Okay. I healed him.
Yeah, I'm more like, how fucked up are you? Nah, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah,
now
he
you fucked up.
He does have the healer role, if you will. He doesn't
Mhm.
have a supernatural ability to do so, but he can still patch you up if need be. So,
But yeah, I pack a punch in small packages, as in pistols.
yes, he does have pistols. You can see that the one that he currently has on his belt and he also has shotgun shells on his belt. So,
Yes, there are shotgun pistols, if you didn't know
What?
about that.
yes.
You mean your lady gun?
There's not a lady gun.
I think he's saying that in character to taunt you.
Yeah, I am.
There's not a lady gun for you. It can blow your whole hand if it wants to.
Yeah, well, this, and I'll just pull out my.
Your penis?
Will do even more damage. No, I'm gonna pull up my Selly gun.
What?
Yeah, so now Prebin's character is trained in handguns, and he has like an elephant gun handgun.
Sexy.
You know,
You can see the picture right above Yumba's? That's the revolver I'm carrying right about now. And yes, that is the cartridge of it. It carries 5 of them.
you know, the kickback
the
from that
barrel.
will be pretty strong.
No.
Have
He is
you ever
trained in it.
fired one of them? Or
He
have you
is
just been
trained in
firing?
it, so he knows how to handle it.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah,
It is one of the
Here's the
3
thing I wanted to
handguns
say.
that I use. So yeah.
Yeah. Or have you been firing blanks with it?
You want to try it?
No, because I would know that I wouldn't knock it in my face the first time I tried to shoot it.
You could
See.
roll, since you have handgun training, you could roll to see if you know how to use it.
Well, we could see if you want to see who's the better shot. Don't come crying to me if I'm better shot.
That's easy. I'm the better shot.
So how much do I roll, Matt?
You roll 3 dice, and if you roll high enough, you know how to use it. Intuitively.
But yeah, I was planning on the next points we could spend into upgrades, so to say. Going to spend it in some kind of supernatural thing.
Yeah, if you wanted a supernatural thing, you'd have to spend 2 dice. Or 2,
Points.
experience points, yeah, basically.
And then to, so quote unquote, upgrade that thing.
Hmm.
That supernatural ability again 2 points. Just for
We're in the works on that. So
Okay. Let me see, because it needs to apparently didn't load in properly, so it needs to reload.
did you want to roll to see if you know how to use it?
Yes, apparently.
Do you want me to roll 3 dice for you, Gio?
Yeah, if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail myself. You know what? I'm gonna load up a dice roller.
Yeah, just roll
Yeah,
up.
but I have real life dice in front of me, man.
If I roll it, I know I fucked up myself.
Noble.
He wants to be
No.
able to blame himself and not you.
Mm-hmm. Or your shitty dice. Yes, I just did that.
Yeah,
He's
that's
saying
not
if it failed, they would be shitty dice.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you know how to use it. It's pretty intuitive. It's a handgun. Except bigger.
It's big, it's clunky and unwieldy, but I can still shoot it, as you can see.
Yeah, but what did you say about your lady gun? It would shoot your head off?
Hand.
Oh, hand. Oh, yeah. When I shoot this at you, they won't even find anything left. Have you ever heard the phrase shooting sparrow with cannons?
That would be
Oh.
hilarious.
The question is, how far do you need to be to actually hit accurately?
Well, the Selly has a adequate range up to 600 meters.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see, how far does a shotgun pistol?
Well, as a shotgun pistol, so I would guess it would be ruled by a normal shotgun, which would be a safe kill on small game, would be 50 meters away. That's a safe, secure kill. Any higher than that, and you're basically chancing it because of the buckshot is spreading so much.
Well, depends on what you're hunting. I know a lot of people who hunt duck with shotguns. And that
Yeah,
tends
but-
to be quite far away.
The safe kill range,
Yeah.
without just injuring the animal, so it flies away, is 50 meters.
Yeah.
As the safe kill range. But the kill range would be around maybe
Yeah, I'm
100,
going for
150.
effective range here.
Effective range. Yeah, 50. Because that's the safe kill range, which means the effective range. Because 50 meters, the buckshot wouldn't be able to expand so much, which is why you hit the animal or whatever you want to try to hit with as many pellets as possible. And it's not actually the pellets that might kill the animal or the person, it's the shock of everything hitting him at once.
Oh, well, apparently this thing has a pretty... What did you... In meters did you measure?
Meters, yeah.
Oh, well,
164 feet.
Oh, this thing seems to have a pretty effective range of nearly 200 meters.
Yeah, but I'm just doing a normal shotgun.
Yeah,
And
no
I'm having, yeah, they might have a, what's it called? A choke normalized inside the barrel.
I don't know that.
And choke is basically that the barrel is smaller at the end, so the buckshot comes out even tighter, which means it has a longer distance before it expands too much.
But either way,
Yeah, either way, his elephant gun has a longer range. No matter how far you try to stretch it, shotgun's going to be lower than an elephant gun.
Desert Eagle is even longer.
oh, there's the Eagle. Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, he can use those too.
Do you have a Glock 18?
No, not that.
He has a 1911. Is his other gun?
You should get a Glock 18. You can get like a barrel magazine, which I've chosen. With 100 rounds, it's fully automatic.
But just
Hey, you
saying,
want to-
walking around with a barrel magazine, depending where you are, it would be obvious.
Mhm.
So, just saying. Depends on if
But
you
yeah,
want to be
either way,
conspicuous or not.
Yeah, but
Let's
that's my
stop
one
dick
spray,
measuring.
and that's my one spray and pray gun when I'm using my shield. It's like Glock 18. It's made for
But
just
yeah,
spray and pray.
let's stop dick measuring and get on with.
Yeah, well,
Well-
I'm just telling you, my dick is bigger.
Well, you're definitely not fast in that heavy armor.
Either way, so missions. So, do you guys want to go on a mission? Because you guys
Sure.
have missions that you can discuss, but two of you
I-
don't want to do anything. So,
Sure.
I
Craig,
would
Craig.
love to kill something because my trigger finger is itching.
Craig,
Look,
you
not
have
every
stuff that you
wish
can
is-
pursue if you wish to bring it up, since no one else is. Or Martha, if you so wish, you have a mission that you can bring up.
Hey guys, so somebody tried to kill me, and I think we should off them.
I saw that in your document, yes.
So
Wasn't that handled off already?
No. Not what she's
Barely.
talking about. She's
So are
talking
you
about what
guys-
just happened to her.
I thought you were generally likable. What happened?
yes, I couldn't read them, so I don't know. Let's. Do you guys want to go and find out?
Do you want
Sure.
to describe what happened to you in detail, or
Oh yeah, okay, so I basically tell him what happened.
okay?
Um
You guys are aware of what happened, and if you don't remember what happened, I can refresh your memories.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Was Geo there for that?
She was, but I remember from the when she entered, before she entered this all, she was doing some kind of film shooting, trying to get into the
Oh
hole.
no! This is more recent than that.
I don't think I was
it like
for there
happened
for
this
that.
session.
It happened this session.
No, I don't
Basi-
think I was there for that.
Basically, she was attacked by something that looked like a demon, and it slammed her face into a mirror multiple times.
It's because of a certain cursed object, right?
The only thing that they have linking it is a piece
It's
of
a potpourri.
yeah, basically
A
a
piece
little
of what?
thing of burnt potpourri. And the smoke filled her entire room. Like she has a 2-story room that she stays in, so it filled her entire lodging area, like the 2 stories, all of it. the smoke.
Hmm.
And when the smoke hit her, she tried to leave because there was too much smoke. She walked past a mirror and saw somebody who wasn't her in the mirror. And it reached out, grabbed her, and tried to slam her face into the mirror. In fact, you can still see that her face is a little injured from that.
Yeah, but
Which
I
is not
guess
cool. This is
medical
the
did
moneymaker.
take care
Mhm.
of it.
But she also knows of the person that was in her picture that you guys saw at the vending machine,
Mhm.
if you remember that. It was a while ago, but
Vaguely.
I do not remember that.
Martha Stewart wanted the person who would love her like unconditionally, and it was that fool.
That fool try to kill you through the mirror.
no. He didn't try to kill her. There's two things that are currently happening to her. One was the demon in the mirror that tried to smash her face into the mirror.
Mhm.
And then there was another dude who is murdering people that appear to be police officers that abuse their power.
Hmm.
And this is the person that was in her picture.
Well, let's get things first set on a roll. Let's get you your lodging back, shall we?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's go, go, go.
All right, you
I mean,
head to her lodging. Is
Who
there
needs to
anything that you
save a
want?
bunch of dirty cops? I mean, can we just leave the guy alone?
The agency is going to try to contain him either way, whether or not she's involved. Simply because he is displaying that the supernatural is real, and if people figure that out, then evil people may figure that out too.
Oh. So he's doing special shit while he's killing.
Well, he's
Dirty
just
cops.
he's not covering it up. Like
Uh.
like people are witnessing it and he's just letting them go without like fixing that thing.
Which means the man might be pretty useful for us.
You don't know. He might be crazier than a cuckoo's clock.
Nah. Just looks like a guy with a cause. Just doesn't really know how to.
The agency tries to
Do it
remain neutral when it comes to these sorts of things. You guys can try to turn the agency in a different direction, but for now, they try to remain neutral. So if somebody's
Yeah.
doing good things with their supernatural powers, they still try to contain it.
So,
And
do
not
you
what
have a file on the guy so I can read it while we're heading to kill the demon? in
They
your
don't know
lodging?
who he is, they just have a video. One video that they've managed to find. And that's the one that they showed her.
So they don't even know who the guy is, his name.
Nope.
Nothing.
They would have given that information to her had they had it.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Damn.
do we have anything to safely transport the current suspected AO, altered object, that tried to harm her because she said like demon possessed mirror, so
Oh,
Well,
something mirror.
if you think it's the mirror is destroyed. Like it was broken into 100 pieces when her face was slammed into it.
Okay. Well, we at least keep Nolly's character at least a bit away from the door. If the smoke is still there, we don't know.
No. All your guys' rooms have anti smoke. Like
Ventilation.
ventilation. So like if there's a foreign object that is or foreign like if someone tried to release a gas into your room, there are sensors in there, like a poisonous gas. And there are sensors in there that would detect that and try to siphon it out of the room.
Okay.
Because weird things happen in this place. So a weird toxic gas could suddenly show up in your room. So they have protections against that. However, it didn't turn on until the entire room was full of smoke and more smoke was being produced. So either the detection measures are faulty or something else was happening. And
Oh,
Wilhelm
great.
would very easily volunteer this information. So,
Okay, let's investigate the room then.
okay. So you guys
Rock
head
and
to her
roll,
room.
guys.
So, do you let them in? Do they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you allow their biometrics to come into your room, or do you just let them in?
I just let them in?
Okay, because if you allow their biometrics to come in, they can come in whenever they want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if their biometrics are registered for your room, they're basically like household people who are allowed in your room.
Okay.
So yeah, my first objective is to check the smoke detectors. If that has not been done yet, I don't know.
You're not sure, so you check them yourself. And since
Mhm.
you are specializing in containment procedures, technically these detectors are part of those. So you can roll 3 dice to see if it's working and functioning properly.
14.
All right, with a 14, seems to be functioning perfectly well. The battery is a bit drained, but other than that, it appears to be fine. But the battery could be drained because it's been there for a while. You don't know.
Yeah, but so it's not that drained or just a bit drained.
Like, it's at about 50% capacity, the battery.
Okay, that should still be working then.
So she said there was a demon coming from the mirror dimension, right?
That is how she described it, yes.
That's how I took it. So
Yeah.
I will.
If there is a mirror dimension that exists, yes, this sounds exactly like that.
I will put forth my. First, I will confirm with the guys. So this demon was in the mirror, right?
Yes.
Is there
What
okay
you-
if we investigate further with like a mirror to see if it's still there?
No.
You don't want.
He's
we
just
could do that.
basically asking if she can stand in front of a mirror to see if there's still a demon on the other side.
Let's
fine doing that.
not. Let's not do that and risk you needing more stitches.
Dude,
Okay.
we're
Fair.
like 100 people inside here, man. We have the firepower to kill anything.
Yeah.
Actually, a pretty good idea to see if it comes back.
And
Let's
your
not
test
back
subject,
off it.
Martha, is willing to do so as well.
Which means that if nothing happens in front of the mirror, it's not the mirror. Then it's the smoke.
But if it does,
Then we'll jump in.
hopefully you're fast enough then.
By the way, Martha, your entrance mirror, since it was broken, they just removed it. So it's
Fuck.
not
Well,
moved.
I think you still have a bathroom, don't you?
Yeah,
Oh,
why don't we just go to another mirror?
Fast enough? I'm faster than Jesse James, man. Or Lucky Luke.
as it turns out, I actually got a mirror on me. If you guys want to use that.
He does have
Sure.
a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the things that he told me he wanted to buy. So
Okay, sure.
I
No, keep that pocketed. We don't want to create more objects than needed. Let's just find one in the room that might already be affected.
Okay.
So you don't want me to use it?
he doesn't want you to
Here's-
use your mirror.
Sure.
Okay, fine. I'm down.
All right, so she walks into her washroom. She walks up to the mirror since everybody's on board. Geo slightly less so, but he begrudgingly allows this to happen. Just the scientist in him is curious enough to see what happens. You walk into your washroom. You see yourself on the other side of the mirror, or at least your new body, which is what you've been seeing the whole time.
Everything's looking good, guys. I
Uh,
don't see anything else.
Can we ready action anything?
You can if you want. What do you want to do?
Okay. I'm gonna put up my Sally gun,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna activate my shield. I'm
Mhm.
gonna ready action to literally, if anything comes out of there, I'm gonna like run in between and bash the thing in its face with my shield.
Okay, you can attempt to do so if something happens. Because you still have to try to do it. But you are ready to do so if something happens. I'll give you the roll when that happens.
Mm.
Okay, so she stands in front of the mirror. She starts doing like weird dance moves in front of the mirror just to show you that it's following her movements. And it seems like it's her. It doesn't attack her or anything.
Can I offer a suggestion?
Yes.
Maybe the demon isn't in this specific room. Maybe we should take the mirror outside in every room and check there.
We could.
I
That
have
is.
a pocket mirror.
Rita wants to use that mirror.
He is
I
a
just think it's
nerd.
convenient.
He is a nerd, and he's bought this mirror and hasn't had a chance to use it yet. So yeah, he's kind of excited to use it.
Look, guys, I have a mirror.
Look, all you're doing is giving me more paperwork, if that's so. But sure, why not?
How does
Okay.
a pocket mirror make you more paperwork, man?
We can take a different mirror if you want. Doesn't matter
Still,
to me.
same amount of paperwork.
He says it doesn't matter to him, but you can tell it matters to him.
Guys, please use my mirror.
Sure, let's use the tiny hand mirror and see what happens if a hand comes through to grab her by the throat or something.
Okay,
It's-
so
it's
to
gotta be a-
describe his mirror as he takes it out, because he's going to, it actually has an extendable little piece on it. That way you can hold it at a distance.
So, like a selfie
Nintendo
stick?
mirror.
No,
Very
like a
similar
stealth
to
mirror.
a selfie stick, yes.
So it's so you can
Oh.
look around corners and look under doors,
Oh.
right?
Yes.
One of those things. The ones they used to look under cars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has a
True.
telescoping handle, so it comes in and out.
I'm
Oh,
guessing
very
he would
clever.
more likely want the same mirrors that you use to watch inside of chimneys.
I was thinking more like the mirrors they peek around the corner to check for snipers in the war. You know.
Yeah, that's basically what they use to check chimneys. They're extremely flat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
what he
can, like-
has, but it has like a little handle that has a telescopic thing
Yeah.
on it, so
Exactly.
that's what I'm talking about.
What chimneys would be uses.
Yeah.
To check the chimney.
I've seen it used to check under cars.
Yeah, so
If
that way you
those
don't have
mirrors
to
are
get
like
under the car yourself.
rounded.
So do you allow me to check the apartment?
Yes.
Sure, but keep the mirror from any of our proximities. We don't know what will happen if it gets too close.
Dude.
I'll do my best, man. You got it.
Geo,
Yes.
the thing can only get like a hand through that small pocket mirror. Do you really think it's gonna get its hand around this guy's throat?
Well, it can.
Does he
pull
even
itself-
does he even have a throat?
I mean, it can pull itself in since the mirror is telescopic.
So what he does, I'll say
No,
to
no,
make this a little.
I have a description what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
So basically,
okay.
I'm gonna very carefully check all the angles, and I'm gonna breathe heavily for like this entire process, and intensely look
Oh,
into the
God.
mirror, and I'll just put all my focus on that mirror and check every angle from each room. And if I
Okay.
see something, I'm just gonna drop it.
Okay. Yeah, you look around everywhere. You even have her in the reflection at certain points just to make sure. You don't see anything in any of the rooms.
Okay. And then I'll return to Giannis and I think the demon's gone, dude. It's not in this room anymore.
So, Martha, didn't you mention something about a hex bag?
Yes.
Where is it?
They collected that as evidence. You can procure it if you wish. Like, go and get somebody to get it for you.
Did
That's
they
what
say
No.
what was inside of it?
Wait. I think I know the problem. I think I can be in the room for this. Because I'm wearing my Black Rock safety equipment belt. That
Okay.
suppresses
What?
that kind of stuff.
But by the way, do you see like the demon if it's touched anything or something? In the room?
I think Pre-Wen has no clue what I'm talking about.
No.
Matt, if you would.
It's the thing that he used to stop you from being Elvis.
Oh,
That's
I
what
don't
he's
like
wearing.
that thing.
Yeah, so if you're wearing it, you can't be wearing it, and well, since mine is to keep my pants up, I will just leave the room just in case.
Okay. You leave the room just to test. And there are other Blackrock objects. I'll say that the people who have those leave the room as well.
Yeah, or they can just give them to me.
Sure. So, do you give it to him? I forget your character's name.
Who? What?
Yo.
Jumba.
Yo.
Well, me? What are you talking about?
Yes. You have a Blackrock on you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure, man. Here we go. And I try to take my belt off, which is a lengthy process. And yeah, once I get it done, you see my belly just slump a little bit forward, and I reach out to give the belt, my belt to you.
He's now breathing heavily
Well, actually, his breathing is less labored now. Because
Yeah.
he doesn't have something constricting his chest.
I take the belt and just look to Pre-Wen. Do you have anything? Oh, no, wait, you don't.
By the way,
That's
the belt is very greasy for some reason.
anymore.
I wonder why. So,
Alright,
no,
so...
no. Pre-Wen wouldn't have one, because otherwise your powers wouldn't work.
No. His powers wouldn't work.
That's true.
So, yeah, the other two don't have any. So, you
Yep,
exit the room.
With a very greasy belt.
Alright, you guys do a similar test. You start looking around the rooms and everything. There's still nothing.
Yeah, I'm waiting outside of the lodging, just, not want to affect it.
Yep. It doesn't
Well-
seem like that was affecting it.
Since there was a hex bag inside the room, that means somebody must have entered it at some point. Guessing people have already, checked the cameras. So
Martha,
what?
you are aware that they are currently checking the cameras.
Oh.
They haven't reported back yet.
Okay, so I let everybody know that they're checking the cameras. And it might be a while. We'll get more information soon.
They were respecting her privacy, so they haven't been actively checking them, but now they are currently checking.
So just a question: have you guys looked for demon fingerprints or something? Maybe it leaves someone behind. I don't know.
Well, then we need to...
Now that, as soon as you say that, you look at her throat, and you do see that there are finger marks on her throat.
Alright.
finger marks, not fingerprints.
Well, He hasn't looked closely enough to see if they left that detailed of a mark on her throat or not.
Well,
It's not like
I
he
know
went
she
right up to
does.
her throat and was like, "Ooh." He was just seeing that she
God,
had
Matt.
red marks on her throat.
Would I have? I'm guessing I've killed demons as well before.
Well,
At least
you don't tend to refer to them as such. They're just paranatural entities that manifest in certain ways, such as incorporeal.
so annoyances.
Fair enough. They wouldn't refer to them as demons. They're just like
Annoyances.
things that can manifest incorporeally.
So would do they leave any kind of normal like? Oh yeah, we know there's been a demon here. Like yeah, look guys, there's a demon. Like any kind of smell, like any kind of dust, any kind of ectoplasm, anything that they
I'll say,
usually
and I
leave.
was actually going to bring up ectoplasm. Ectoplasm is very rare, and it's very dependent on what you're encountering. So it's not very common at all. But as to other evidences, like if it physically interacts with things, those things will have evidence on. So like if a incorporeal thing picks up a candlestick or something, you'll see that the dust on the candlestick will be disturbed and stuff like that. But as to exact things, you're not 100% sure. Like, you'd have to examine each object just to make sure.
Yeah, but it didn't touch anything else, and they already brought the mirror with them.
Yeah. And they examined it and they didn't find anything of note. It's not like it was covered in black tar or something. So. The evidence you have on the things that it touched is right in front of you.
So I'll motion.
well,
to,
let's.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Well, go. Since you mentioned it, looking at the total, well, let's have that investigated then.
All right, Martha, they are attempting to closely examine your throat. Do you allow this to happen?
Yeah, of course. I trust
First
them.
go over to the right place to do so.
Yes, well, if you want more sophisticated medical instruments to do so, you can go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, you don't need anything else.
Can I roll? I'm guessing I'm getting help for this. Can I roll more than 3 dice?
Actually, it would be Geo's roll, because it is a medical roll.
Oh,
Medication.
And you're allowed to have one person help you, which adds their dice pool. So if anybody has medicine, they can help you. But if they don't, it's just one extra dice.
Mm-hmm.
so anybody
Does
here
nobody
have
have-
medicine?
Other than Geo, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So then it doesn't matter, but you will have help, so you get 1 extra die.
Let's
Just so that
see
way
what
you
the
can't
dice
have
say.
15 people stack their dice.
Mm.
You can only have one
Oh.
person help.
The help wasn't very helpful because I got a 12 as my highest.
On 4 dice?
Yep.
Well,
Scrappy dice, man.
did you go to the place with the medical instruments first?
Yep.
Okay.
First that.
So you do have a magnification device. So that way you can actually look at it closer. So that did lower it a little bit. So you examine her injuries. There do appear to be finger marks. So you take note of those.
Can they lift prints off of them?
Actually, yes, and it is possible in real life to do so if the injury is severe enough.
Yeah, since it left marks, that's quite a severe injury.
Yes. Seems
Well, let's
as
just see
though
if we can lift some
the
prints off of
person
them.
who attempted to strangle her, it appears that they didn't care whether or not she lived.
kind of makes sense.
Well, your perpetrator wasn't very careful.
No.
From my gaming expertise, would I know what kind of demon this is?
I'll get you to roll a gaming roll. Sure, why not?
Hell yeah.
He does have gaming stuff, so yeah, he can make a gaming roll, which is 3 dice.
Mm.
It's one of his abilities, actually.
3 dice.
It's
Yep.
fucking silly.
That's some 18, my dude.
Okay, you played a few niche games that have similar demons. When you're in the mood for a scare for cheap. It's where you got your theory of the mirror dimension. It's actually a demon that can pull you into hell through the mirror. So,
Oh shit.
yeah, it's
The
actually
like a-
mirror devil.
they
Sounds
don't
Sounds like
they
a
don't
coast little
they don't-
devil.
they don't give the demon a specific name in the game that you're thinking of, but it does come to mind.
Okay.
They just refer to it as a demon.
Okay.
The mirror demon.
Yes, some of the fan boards have called it a mirror demon.
And what game does this come from? Let's say.
It's an indie horror game, so it's just called A Night in the Mirror.
Mm. Okay. I think I know what kind of demon we're looking at, guys. I've seen this kind of fingerprint before.
Mm.
Sure.
So what is it? Are you like?
Well,
Yeah. What is it?
From it might be like a real life demon replicated from this game I played. You see, and I described the game and the demon inside the game.
As he says that, can I do an insight roll to see if it's a virgin?
Yeah.
What do you do? Inside roll what?
To
If
see
you're
if you're a
virgin,
virgin.
Sure.
I didn't hear you until Gio speeded it.
Oh, I only have one die.
Actually,
That's- That's a natural 20.
oh my god.
Do you feel comfortable giving your character an answer that question?
I mean, it is pretty obvious. I'll give him that.
Okay, so you know the answer.
That's
Yeah.
probably the only natural 20 I'm gonna roll tonight.
However, I am a con artist, so
It's true. He does have the greaser gave him the ability to be a con artist.
You gave him the ability to be what?
A con artist.
Okay.
he needs to beat the 20.
Sure.
that-
Yeah,
funny.
if you want to roll your
Okay.
con artist ability, you can.
You can get a nat 20.
I only got a 17, so
No.
you know.
Oh. So,
You can tell that he, as you're examining him, like to see if he cracks at all, you can tell that he did genuinely try to hide anything that you were trying to find from him, but inevitably you still find the information.
I wasn't asking him if it was a
I'm not
virgin, I
saying
was
you
just
asked him, you were
looking
just
at the-
looking
yeah.
at him. And he
Okay.
saw you looking at him. And he
Yeah,
was
I-
trying to, like, bolster himself to make him look more confident, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I am observant, so I will see.
It's true. He does have the observant ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get the answer. Unfortunately. Unfortunately for him. At least.
Yeah. Well, great. So, what kind of demon, little fella?
It's in the game. It's called a mirror demon. It's not a specific name for it.
Yeah.
Have I encountered anything like this in the field before, man?
No.
With my character,
No.
it's currently all believability out the window.
Mm.
Well, you guys have encountered the, you know, gaming SCPs, you know, so
Mhm.
it's not a possibility.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, how you say it, just a possibility just says, okay, I'm going on vacation now. Don't miss me too much.
Okay. Shag is just trying to help, okay?
Old
Don't give
man
him such a hard
Withers.
time, man. Shaggy is a good boy.
Yeah, Shaggy's just trying to help. Old man Withers.
Yeah, but I'm just giving the face like my believability has been disappointed and can't be fixed anymore today.
All right. So you do have the fingerprints. What do you wish to do with them? And I'll say that you have like a computer generated image, if you wish.
Pretty sure of the thing, man.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
we
if we're lucky enough, we'll get a hit.
go to the mirror.
No, put it through the thing, like the database. See if we
Yeah.
get any hits on the database.
You
Well,
can put
you
it through
do
the
that, I-
database.
Oh,
You
and,
did that. I go over to the mirror to find if anybody, well, you know, might have used it as how do you say it, not a crutch, a support while they were smashing her face into it. You never know.
Sure, I'll do the fingerprint scan on the computer.
Okay. You very quickly get an answer back before he can even leave the room to get the mirror.
No match.
There is a match.
Oh,
It's somebody in this room.
oh, it's
Oh.
your own fingerprints, Lonnie.
Mhm. From what you see,
Okay, that's not good.
from what you see, it appears that if you were to reconstruct what happened, it appears
Mhm.
that the finger marks are in such a way as if she was choking herself.
Okay.
We would have been able to see that pretty easily because of the thumb marks.
Yes, you would have, but you didn't. You were just like, well, she said that something was choking her, so you didn't put that together until just now.
Okay, so I think we should investigate this hex bag in the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Something in the hex bag in the smoke obviously made her try and kill herself, which is pretty useful.
Yeah, so no mirror demon.
I just see the gamer in the corner going, "Oh,
Mm.
oh, I thought I had this one."
That's just the first day, buddy. No, nothing.
by the
to
way, have I heard of any illusionist demons?
Oh, for crying out loud!
I'll get you to roll 3 dice.
Hell yeah.
Oh god.
15?
It's
Yes.
not a demon.
Yes, you have another
Yeah.
indie game.
Yes.
Jesus, Matt.
He's just rolling high enough. What am I supposed to do?
Tell him to go fuck himself. That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay, so here's what you get. There is a demon from a game called I Choke Myself.
The cringe just hit peak levels.
Yes.
It wasn't a very good
This
game.
just sounds like some kind of, not safe for work stuff.
Yes.
Mm.
It kind of went into that territory near the end, but it wasn't a very good game.
Ew, really? That's crazy.
Mm.
These aren't real games, by the way. I'm making them up for him.
We know.
I know.
Don't worry. We know.
Okay. So in this world, this does exist. And it is a demon that makes you think that things are happening to you when you're just doing them to yourself.
Okay.
Including the part that I wish not to discuss.
Mm.
Gross.
Fair enough.
Does it have a name or a title?
It was called an incubus.
Oh,
Hmm.
I see.
Either way.
Incubus, not succubus, right?
Not in this particular game, no.
Well,
Either way.
when you mention that type of demon, I have heard of such a demon before.
Okay,
Urge to
so-
shoot this guy increasing.
I can discuss with it if you value my opinion.
No.
Please. Not everything is game related. If you want a shred of dignity to survive, you keep it to yourself.
Hmm.
But I have seen some weird stuff.
Yep,
that
but-
it's dangerous.
Yep. I'm trying to save your dignity here, so please.
But these are real things. You see my file, right?
Yeah. In his
Not
file, he
every-
has played a lot of games.
Yes, but not everything is an evil possessed CD.
That wasn't in the file, by the way.
Yeah, that wasn't in the file.
So
Yeah, but weren't he there?
He wasn't there. No.
Oh.
I was there for the CD.
Yeah,
You
but
were
you said
there
character.
in the session, but you weren't
Yeah.
there as a character.
Yes.
So you don't know that.
So what do you say?
Well, not everything is a possessed PC with weird games on it.
I realize that, but you can't disclose that it's not an impossibility. That it is.
Sure, what's the name of the demon?
It's an incubus.
No.
What do I know about incubus and succubus?
Roll one dice. World history.
World history for 100, Alex.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, right.
Reuben. You are doing the honors.
I'm doing the honors apparently.
One die.
I'm not gonna do the die that I gave you 3. I'm gonna do a different die.
That one gives her a 1.
It did.
No way!
Sounds Latin. That's what you get from that.
Fuck. Alright.
And you didn't take Latin, so you don't know.
Have I encountered any succubuses and incubuses in the field?
You can roll one dice.
1 dice. A 4.
Well, you've heard about it in popular culture. However, you don't think anything like that really exists. You have a
Wasn't
feeling
there
that a lot of this was
band
put
called
out
that
by.
at one point?
Sorry?
I said, wasn't there a band called that at one point? Wait, no. I need to do that Martha Stewart voice. Oh, I do believe there was an American band named that one.
There was. And you think they got their name from something in Latin, but you don't know what it is.
Okay, temporary ball.
Can we please come back to reality before I actually want to blow myself up?
Well, it's difficult to determine what reality is around these things.
You're not helping yourself.
Before we're continuing anything, I'm not the only one finding the picture behind you super ass creepy, right?
Oh, that?
Yes. that.
That is an actual painting. Well,
I
not the
was-
real one. It's a replica. The real thing is a few million worth.
It's creepy nonetheless.
Okay, I angled it away for you, Mister. I'm scared
No,
of
it's,
painting.
it's right.
No,
in
that's-
your
Its
It's,
face
it's,
is
it's like
still in the
perfectly
corner.
right behind you. It's like it's staring at us, like right over your shoulder.
Gio, I haven't been paying attention. Can you show me what it is real fast? Oh, yeah, no.
Nope.
No. Hard pass.
It's an actual painting.
I know, the girl
let me
with the
look.
pearl earring.
we
It's
should
still
we should
creepy.
like all stare at it, and suddenly the ice will move. So
She
it's like typical.
Lonnie actually knew what the painting was.
What?
It's
Mm-hmm.
the girl with the pearl earring. It's creepy.
Yeah,
My
the
whole
per-
life I thought it was like creepy.
Yeah, the pearl earring. As you can see, the pearl earring.
I can see a computer screen.
But yeah, it's easy to see.
Pearl
can see it.
earring, right, is there. There in the top left corner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks creepy because it still has.
Preben
plastic
can
around it.
steal himself long enough to not pay attention to it,
Uh,
we will continue. So,
I'm Bernardi.
poof. There you go. He sat in a different place.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
love you.
You're welcome.
Hate you.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, do you guys have any idea what to do next?
Well,
Investigating smoke. We need to know what the ingredients were in the
Hex
hex
bag.
bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why don't we just find somebody who knows more information about a succubus?
Lonnie,
It's
Please.
not a succubus.
Incubus,
please.
You can't unrule the possibility.
Dude, it's not a succubus.
Yeah, it's an incubus.
Right. No, right. 'Cause it would have to be an incubus because I'm a female.
She's got a point.
I'm nodding along.
Mm.
Shaggy's
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah, yeah. My character's just in the background, just holding fingers to his head.
Let
like
me
him
just
with a-
say that his character would be great on those ghost hunter shows
Mm.
that are on TV.
Yes, yes, you would. I see you're very, very new here.
Actually, he's not.
In
He's
fact,
been
he's
with the
not.
he's been
He's
with the
been here
Bureau
longer
for
than
a few
us.
years, actually.
Oh,
He's been
okay,
here
let's-
longer than all of us.
Well, let me rephrase that. Then I see you have been in the offices far longer than any of us. Preben show you your telekinesis tricks. Yes, I've seen you do that.
Why? Why though?
Oh,
He
he's
might start
familiar
thinking.
with supernatural stuff.
Mhm.
That isn't going to dissuade
seen it
him
once
from
or
what he's
twice, too.
thinking. Because he's coming
No,
up
no,
with this
no.
knowing that the supernatural stuff exists.
No, he might think it's a ghost just putting it there.
No. He's smarter than that. It's just that
Well,
you guys have been put on the trail that it might be a demon, so he's in that mindset. That's all.
Well, you just openly admitted that you should show Preben that he has some supernatural ability. So why would you think that I show a ghost there?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You told him
You're
to show
so
it.
very. Yeah, you're
did
so
tell
very
him to show
focused on it. It was like, yeah, show him a thing that's totally not a ghost or anything, just you.
Either way.
Do you blame me for being focused on supernatural stuff?
You just focus on one thing, not multiple.
What's that?
Ghosts, demons, oh boy,
No,
it's another being.
it's because this case
Guys,
has a demon in it.
guys, I have to leave.
No.
Oh,
Wait,
My-
like
my-
literally have to leave?
Mhm.
In character, out of character?
In character. No, out of character. Like me. I
Boo!
have to leave.
Boo! Okay, bye.
My one solid anchor of sanity. No.
Not
and
often Geo
tomorrow,
looks
if
to
you
me for
guys have
sanity.
time, we may do pre-bin stuff.
Mm,
Even if I have time, dude.
We will see tomorrow.
But
We
yeah.
shall see.
But yeah. We're going over to the hex bag and not trying to find out more demons. I swear to God.
Okay.
I'm leaving now,
Yeah,
so
see ya.
nighty night, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Love you too.
We'll miss you.
We will.
I'm asking already.
Okay. So you're saying you're going to the bag, right?
Yes, the hex bag.
And
Well,
Preben, before he left, said he would want to go to the hex bag. So,
Well, before we do that, shouldn't you put on some countermeasures against the smoke that came out of it last time?
I just throw him his belt.
there's your belt.
Uh,
It dampens supernatural stuff, is what it does.
yeah, but I was thinking something different. But okay.
But that's what he gives you. He gave you your belt back.
No, I'm giving you. I just throw to him like catch.
Okay, that's fine. You still catch it and have it. Because he wasn't throwing it in such a way that you wouldn't miss.
No, if I would lob it, then yes, then it would be very hard for him.
I was thinking more of like gas mask to stop inhaling the smoke. You know.
If
Maybe
the
that would
smoke
stop
is
a succubus.
What?
Maybe that would stop a succubus.
Maybe it will stop. Seeing the incubus at all. I don't know. Maybe
You killed
Oh, right,
Geo.
incubus.
causing the delusions.
You killed Geo.
Not intentional.
I'm talking from a gamer's perspective, okay?
No, I think it was when Lonnie brought it back up again. That's when he died.
I'm just seeing all of this as mechanics in a game.
Yeah.
well, just fucking shoot me already.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't inhale the smoke if that arrives again.
And you know what's funny? If a combat situation happens, he's the most likely one to survive.
Lol.
Who? Me or what? I don't know.
No, him.
You don't know.
I do. I do. I know what I gave him.
Well,
full
I'm
of
the one
kicks,
to catch myself up because I'm the one with Matt's bag.
Good for you.
Yeah, while you guys are fighting, he'll be like a mile away.
and then dies of cardiac arrest because his heart couldn't take it.
Oh, I have measures for that as well. Don't
Actually, I
underestimate
think he took athletic too.
I have proficiency in running.
You have proficiency in running.
Yeah, this fat boy has proficiency in all the things he needs.
I would take it away if you would just stay there, but fuck it. Why the fuck not? I've seen weirder shit.
Well, if you've watched Jessica Jones, the wizard was overweight.
Matt, please. My sanity's crumbling by the second.
And yes, there is a superhero called the Wizard.
Like
Max.
PPs?
No, his name is the Wizard, and it was invented before a time where whizzing was a euphemism for peeing.
Okay.
He just meant he went really fast, so he made a whiz noise as he...
Whiz. As he whizzed past.
Exactly.
Look, I'm even from the time and I still fucking know what it means.
Exactly. So, you guys go find the hex bag. It is in research, because they attempted to determine what was inside. So,
So my solitude and ground. Don't bring your demon filth here.
I'm just saying it's possible.
I swear to God, if you bring it here and you get to talking, I swear to God, I'm going mad.
The demon might come back if you activate it.
I mean, you have heard quite a
My
few legends.
God.
If you say its name too many times, then it might come up.
Oh, Bloody Mary.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one's actually true. Just don't say it on the third floor, the fifth bathroom on the left.
Okay, Mr. Scientist. Okay.
Well, so you're proving yourself wrong. Instead of,
It's not a demon, it's just a vengeful spirit.
well, it's pretty much the same,
Vengeful
don't you think?
spirit.
There's a difference between demon and vengeful spirit.
Well, they both live in the mirror dimension and things into them. At least this demon does.
Ah, dear God, grant me access to kill this cat.
Okay, so you guys are in research. You are standing next to the research table that they are currently examining the contents of the hex bag.
But by the way, I have social graces, so I should sound convincing to you.
It depends on if you guys want to roll.
Yeah, but to normal people at least.
Yeah, he sounds very polite. That isn't the.
I have seen some shit.
Yeah, but his character actually has skills in being polite. So,
Oh, man,
Being polite is not convincing to me.
fair enough. So, you guys are in front of the table with the hex bag.
Mhm.
You see a few researchers examining different parts of it. They have cut it open already.
So, what components have we found that might have created this smoke and so perpetuant as well in such a short time?
The guy who's looking at one of the pieces, he stops looking in his microscope and looks at you guys. And he goes, "Well, do you guys have grandparents by any chance?"
I do. Sad enough, they're both in the ground already.
He looks
I
around
did.
at the others.
They passed.
I shake my head.
Okay. He goes, "Okay, kind of sad. Anyway, popular with elderly are these bags. Potpourri? Familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, these are ingredients you could find in there. Lavender, coriander, things of that nature. We don't have identification on everything, but everything seems mundane.
But blended together in that, well, certain amount seems to have an effect.
Currently looking into it. As he motions over, you can see somebody's filling a bag with small amounts of said ingredients. But we don't know everything that's in it yet, so we can't actually complete the experiment. I mean, this only happened a few hours ago.
That's very true and very fair.
Someone else yells out, "I got sage!"
He got what?
Sage.
Sage. That's an actual
Herb.
spice. Herb. I would say spice.
That's fine. Similar enough. I don't know. Again, none of it seems to be paranormally affected or anything. Or paranaturally, I should say. Because paranature is technically the term they use for supernatural. just simply means strange nature.
So, nothing that indicates why it came in smoky like last time.
Not yet, no.
No, because we don't have all the well ingredients yet. Let's say.
Do you know what triggered it to become that smoky?
Well, lighting it on fire would do the trick. At
Mhm.
least with most of these components.
Would
It didn't seem like it came in on fire, though.
Yeah,
Well,
you didn't notice any fire. For sure.
Yeah.
and I don't think the fire would submerge an entire apartment.
Well, you'd be quite surprised if you just give it the right stuff, then that produces the right amount of smoke, then yes, it could.
As much as I'd like to side with Geo, we've been measuring the amounts of smoke recovered from the apartment, and let's just say that there are burning houses that produce less smoke.
Who's the scientist now?
They both are, to be fair.
I'm
He
also
said he
confused.
wanted
Give
to
me one-
side with me, but smoking house produces less smoke.
Yes, than the amount of smoke that they recovered from the apartment.
So it means there was something else in it then as well.
Lonnie dropped. I'll see if I can get her back.
And I got to go in a few because it's super duper late.
Okay. I'll see if I can get her back. But if I can't, she's still on mobile. She's back.
Oh. There she is again.
There you go, you dropped.
Oh yeah, I switched to my tablet so I could like you guys.
Okay. So yeah, a burning house would have produced less smoke. Which is strange, because burning houses have more to burn than just a bag. He literally like shows you us like a container that they're putting all the soot that they're recovering into, and it's gigantic. It's bigger than the hex bag, like 10 times bigger at least.
So some kind of catalyst must have been in it that could have helped with the smoke, but we don't know yet what it was, or it might have been burned up in, well, whatever it was.
This is all true. But if it was burned up, we would have found it.
Yeah.
But that's why we're recovering the soot to see if we can find any clues.
Anything else besides found by the bag, like some kind of object that seemed a bit out of place?
Wilhelm was the one who recovered it, and he didn't find anything.
Perhaps we need to take a look around. I mean, he's just one man. He could have overlooked something.
It's true.
So you
We
want to go back and double check?
You can do
Okay.
that.
Let's do it.
So just contact you, Geo, if we find anything useful.
Yeah.
Okay. Because currently our orders are to contact Wilhelm. We will do that
Do
as
it.
well. But if you
Yeah.
want to be roped in on this, come on, man. You're one of the team. So if you're looking into this, we'll help you.
Appreciate it.
He nods.
Well, on back to the way to the condo.
All right. And as you leave the room, you hear, "Oh, found some holly." And you leave the room.
They'll be busy for a little while.
All right. So you head back to the apartment. You're instantly there. So, what would you like to do here?
Well, let's try and see if we can find anything that's out of place that Lonnie might not recognize. Like,
Or
oh, that thing
Martha,
is new.
yeah.
Martha, I've never seen it before. Like, object that shouldn't be there.
Okay. I will allow you to roll with Preben's dice since he's helping. So you can roll 4 dice because he's helping you.
Mhm. 18.
18. You do find a few
Did my
things.
internet slow down?
You were laggy for
Can
a
you guys
second.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, you keep
Okay.
jumping around, but okay. So the thing that you do find is that under her mattress in her bedroom you find a book of black magic.
You been reading this?
That's
Sorry,
not mine.
you cut out.
That's not mine.
What?
Not
Oh,
hers.
Money. You're jumping all around.
She's saying not hers.
No.
No. Okay.
Do you share this revelation with Shaggy as well?
I assume
Craig.
you're there as well.
I will be looking around as you do.
Mm-hmm. I swear to God, if you bring this to demons, I swear to God.
All right, so
On the first
many-
page, guess what there is?
Nope. In the trash bin. It was fake. This was planted.
No.
if you say it's a black magic book, have I heard anything of that from games?
Of course you have.
Of course I have. What was the most famous one?
Diablo, maybe?
That
I
would
love
go
how I
bad
just
news.
made Lonnie just like double over. But yeah, in Diablo they would probably have something similar.
Okay.
My character slowly wants to die.
And
And on the first page you see a picture of Baphomet. So there you go.
whoa.
You don't know Baphomet?
I know. Why?
Because they're very much people who are into black magic are into Baphomet.
Mhm. So my character
Matt.
like
Matt,
Yeah,
why are you
probably-
killing me?
you probably shouldn't read that without any countermeasures. I'm probably not in this room.
Oh look, I have a belt with a countermeasure.
Oh yeah, when can I get my belt back?
You have your belt. He gave it to you.
Oh, I also have a belt, so I thought it
Yeah.
said about that. Okay, never mind. That didn't happen.
Okay.
I
So
don't
if
know.
Lonnie were to look at the book, she could roll something.
Yeah, that just slow you only to. Well,
Yeah, you
I-
guys gonna let me look at it?
yeah, of course. I showed you like this seems a bit out of place. You reading on this stuff up?
In
I'll
fact,
have a
Wilhelm
gander.
brought this up. Black magic. So
Black magic book seems like always a bad idea to get in touch with.
Oh no, Oh no, I'm touching it. I'm doomed. Oh no, I'm not. Because countermeasure.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Martha
but
looks at the
reading
book.
is worse.
Martha's gonna look at the book.
I'm
Yes,
not
what
gonna
do I
look
notice about the book?
in the book when she's looking.
You see lots.
Oh no,
You know those pictures of like the Necronomicon that they use in movies and
Mhm.
stuff, where
I
it's just
said
like,
I said I'm not gonna look in the book when
yeah,
she's
but Lonnie is.
yeah, but I'm not.
but that's
For my
the
own
type of thing.
safety.
That's the type of thing that you see inside. It's just like red lines of vaguely satanic origin looking things. So, as you're looking through it, however, I can get you to roll 3 dice. And I will
Good
do
for
that
me.
for you since Preben
Thank
is
you,
with
Matt.
Can I help? Question mark.
Are you looking as well?
You can, but
Yes.
you only have 1 dice to discover it.
Yeah, so I'm helping her. So 4 to her.
Okay. 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 Okay,
Look,
so the highest dice
I
she got is 18. So with an 18, here is what you remember, Martha. You currently have contained within this building 3 things that are activated by spells that you currently see in this book. They are animated objects. However, none of that seems relevant. However, it does seem that this book contains black magic that actually works.
I share that with everybody else.
Alright,
I share
so
that with everybody else.
basically, through paranature, it seems that people have discovered supernatural abilities that you can innately tap into if you have the right components.
Okay.
And
Oh, as I said-
usually, since the agency exists, they release fake black magic books that contain spells that don't actually work to show people that supernature doesn't exist.
Oh, okay.
So
I
this
gotta
is
go,
an
guys. Matt,
actual
apologies.
working black magic book. You assume.
I gotta go, Matt. My apologies. I have a lot of work I gotta do.
Okay.
Okay.
We're planning on ending soon anyway, so we can end off here
Okay.
if you want.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Alright.
Yeah, so I would discover that I just snap book closed. Yep, that's going back into containment.
Okay. So we'll get back to that next time. How about that?
Okay.
I'll end the stream.